up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you, 'cause I'm there for you.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Now let me see you what? Drop it to the flow, drop it to the flow then. Now lean
nothing. Everybody call me Big Pimpin'. No, I ain't bluffing. I'm with your mom in the kitchen, making blueberry muffins.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
Hey man, just wanna let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up.
I don't think you're a bad person, I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up. I remember when I lost my mind.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you from my house, man. The fuck else would I be on a Thursday night, right? Come on, y'all. Look at our 71 people in here. We got Shifted Reality back here with us. Look at this. What's up, Shifted?
Hey, Soft. How are you, brother?
Oh, Fighter and Frog Hair split 3 ways, I reckon. Well, I'm glad to see I ain't the only one getting pissed off, you know? About I mean, I ain't got no tolerance for these people anymore, man, with this this bullshit that half these people don't even know what the fuck is happening, you know? They don't even know. Here we are merging our military with Israel at the same time as they're putting up mass fucking surveillance around the United States. What's that tell you? They're poking the bear, poking the bear, poking the bear. They're going to bring in the fucking Israelis to shoot Americans. That's all right. There's more of us than there are of them.
Yeah.
But I ran across a video by a cousin of mine. He made that today. He lives here in town. And I thought I'd show that for the masses. It's my friend, he's a cousin of mine and a good friend. And he went through the Hardee's drive-through. I guess it was Hardee's. And they asked if he wanted to donate to the military. And I've had him ask me that shit at places too. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck donate to the military? We just passed a fucking $1 trillion budget for those motherfuckers. What are you talking about? Donate.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like the volunteer fire department, right? They only work on donations. Oh, please donate so that a poor soldier can have some C rations. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, this is really bad. I mean,
our tax money. Jeez.
I know, right? I'm just thinking to myself, would you like to donate $1 to Donald Trump's legal defense? No. What the fuck? It's like asking me shit. What was that? I think it was South Park. He started getting Randy. He started getting all pissed off because every time he went to the grocery store or something, they was asking if he wanted to donate to the starving kids. Like being guilted like that. And so he said, would you like to donate $1 to help the starving children in Africa? And he says, no. And he says, okay, we'll just push the button on little Haji's belly there that's saying that you want them to starve. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, what it's like, man. God, we got some good people in here tonight. Some people that I've not seen yet before. Welcome. If you're new and you're just stumbling across, be sure you hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell notification. And if YouTube feels like it, they'll send you a fucking notification that I'm going online or something, but don't rely on it 100% because YouTube doesn't like the content that we put out. And because we don't represent the status quo and we don't represent the left or the right paradigm. We wake people up and get their heads out of their asses and realize that there is no left-right paradigm. My God, I was talking to these people online today, and they were talking about, we need to turn Iran into a parking lot. All these keyboard warriors that talk fast and loose with other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what in the fuck? I said, why are we illegally bombing Iran? And he says, well, because we've had a problem with them for 47 years. I said, what has Iran ever done to the United States in 47 years that would warrant attacking them? You know, I mean, I notice you're not wanting to do anything to Israel for the USS Liberty. You know, so what the fuck? You wanting to take on what have they ever done? I said, they've committed terrorism against the United States. I said, when in the fuck have they ever committed terrorism against the United States? When has it ever been the Iranians blew up this or that or the other? Never. So what in the hell are you talking about? I said, stop watching Fox News, for Christ's sake. You have no idea what you're talking about. I've lived this history. Okay? I remember when the Islamic Revolution took place, and it was a big deal, man. It was a big deal. And the hostages who were treated well, by the way, they were not abused in any way. And they just held them there to ensure that the United States was not going to exact retaliation for overthrowing their puppet regime that was placed in there by our CIA. Now, come on. These people listen to whatever somebody says, and they know just enough to say the talking points, but they don't know enough to know what it fucking means at all. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're the worst. Anyway, this is my cousin. He had a lot to say about this here today. I liked it.
You know, every now and then I'll go out to eat at a fast food restaurant. And I'm sure you all have been asked a couple times to donate to the military. Well, I've kept a lot of things are better left unsaid, but today I went to fuck off. And I apologize. I hit it in advance, but how dare anybody fucking ask me to fucking donate to the goddamn military? And I think they took it the wrong way, where I told the guy that I've already donated, which I meant by my tax dollars. I think he took it as that I served, and he said, thank you for your service. And I said, service? Who the fuck are they servicing? I mean, what the fuck have they ever defended? I mean, I'm glad they changed the name, because they ain't never defended anything unless you want to count Israel. And, you know, like I say, I'll apologize ahead of time. If you work somewhere and they want you to ask, would you like to donate to fucking the military? I apologize in advance, because you're going to get probably fuck the government. I mean, who the fuck do they work for any goddamn way? Does anybody ever use their goddamn mind at all? I mean, who the fuck do they work for? The government. You know, the control your mind. Who the fuck? I mean, fuck the goddamn military. Fuck Israel. Fuck the government. Both goddamn sides. The government, you know, Democrat, Republican, there is no goddamn difference. Get your head out of your fucking ass. For God's sakes.
And I think that lows out there the sentiment to a lot of people. I mean, anybody with common sense is going to wonder that right there. Now, other people are just going to go, oh, no, I wouldn't watch it. It's like, wait a minute. Hold up. A government organization is wanting donations? When did this start?
All right. Yeah, dude. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
We already pay taxpayer dollars for that, to fund that, right? Do we not?
Absolutely. Well, they just passed the budget with over $1 trillion budget for the fucking military in this next spending year. $1 trillion.
Yeah, I know. I work for them, and it's millions of dollars, bro. Millions of dollars.
1 trillion seconds is 31,782 years, I think it is. That's how many 1 trillion seconds is. So if you made $1 a second, 24/7, that's how long it would take you to get $1 trillion. Just let that sink in a little bit.
Oh, it's sinking in. Trust me.
See,
I
they just
know
throw
about
that.
all this shit, dude. Yeah.
They just throw that fucking number around like it's, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's just shit. It's just what we do. God.
Yeah. Well, the money, it comes in for this type of stuff, dude. 100%. Because I deal with that kind of money. And I can tell you that it comes in by the millions. So I don't know what this guy's talking about. Well, I mean, actually, he made a good point for sure that, we already give them money to do that. So I actually haven't ever been to a place where they asked me to donate to the military. So I don't know where he's at, but.
Yeah, over here in Luray, the Hardys over there will do that. Yep, I know that firsthand. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I was trying to think there was another place where they asked that too. And I'm like, is that even fucking legal? I mean, I'm funny about shit like that, right? It's like if I'm getting paid for a job, and I'm getting a substantial wage. I mean, the other day, the guy we were doing a job for, he was so happy with the work, he come out and tried to tip us. He tried to tip me. And I was like, no, man, I'm getting paid for this. I'm glad, that you like it that much. I'm glad that you like it that much, but no, you don't got to tip me, bro. He was going to give me $50. And I was like, I'm already getting paid for this. It's like, it'd be different if I was doing it, just doing it, and he said, hey, thanks a lot today. I'm like, all right. But, and I think that was really awesome. That offer, that just showed how much he really appreciated the work.
Yeah. That's really cool that he would offer that. Yeah. Yeah. That's
we
cool,
did.
Man.
Let me see. I got a picture of it. Where are we finishing? I'm trying to remember who I sent it to. Oh yeah, here we go. I think right here. Got it. Hold on. So yeah, we finished that right there. Put the rails, put that roof on it, capped off the sides, and put these batten and boot ribs along here.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's nice, dude. Yeah. Fuck.
And I got to do it over here. Yeah. There from the side.
Sick,
and kept the original railings. He wanted to keep his original railings because he's got these lights hanging from it, right? So he wanted to keep the original. So we had to modify it so that it would work with what we built. See?
Damn, dude. I would actually like to have that done to my house, to be honest. Yeah, I would.
So that turned out pretty good, don't you think?
It did turn out good. Yeah, that's nice. Shit. Well, how much did that cost to do that job?
I don't know. I'm not on the end of it. Oh wow, that's something started talking. I'm not on that end of it.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, Mike and Scotty worked that out, but we're a lot less than most anybody else.
Okay.
There was a deal down here that in the park, right down here in the park we've got here in town, they wanted to build like a stage type thing, pavilion with type thing so that they could have like during the fair, the beauty contest and things like that. And it's covered and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And so Mike put in the bid, and the lowest bid above his was like $120,000. And he did it for 40.
40K?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he got money donated by the bank merely by putting the name of the bank president on the
I'm sure
front of the building. Yeah, it worked out good, man. And it's a nice thing. They use it. It's got bathrooms and electrical and everything, so you can plug in equipment and all that. It's pretty nice, man.
That's sick. Yeah. So you could have like a band there if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, they do. They do. Like when they have the homecoming festival on the 4th of July, they usually have bands that come and perform, and they've got everything set up. I can hear them right here in my backyard because the park's just over on the other side of the field from me.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Yeah.
And that's where they set off the fireworks too. So instead of having to go down here and be all around a whole crowd of people, I just sit out here on my back deck and watch.
Yep.
Hell, they're setting them off damn near my backyard.
Yeah. I was in the same boat. They used to have like it's called Rockfest over here in Maryland, and then there'd be a lot of bands that would come out to play, and that park was like in my backyard basically, so I could open my back window and listen to these bands play. It was kind of cool actually. I could walk there, but I could actually just listen to it from my house too. It's kind of cool.
I got some good ones here tonight, brother.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch John Bryant? He's the civil rights attorney on YouTube.
No,
You
I
ever
have
watch
not.
it?
No,
He's
I have
pretty good, man. He's out of West Virginia. And, in fact, he helped on that bricks and minifigs case that was going on. He's sharp. He's sharp as hell. Anyways, he breaks down some of these interaction videos and stuff, and a lot of times it's his own client, you know, and he shows how he won the case. Anyway, here's one of his videos, and it was where the cops had a mother and her 6-year-old son at gunpoint, all by mistake. All by mistake. It's always a oops.
Yeah.
Do a no-knock raid on the wrong fucking house and shoot the homeowner. You know what?
Shoot the dog, right? Kill the dog. Yeah, yeah.
They always got to do that.
I've seen videos of the same thing, dude. And these cops don't care, bro. They just, anyways, not all of them.
You shoot one of my dogs, baby. I'll tell you what. I'll probably going to end up getting shot too, but I'm taking a motherfucker with me. I'm guarantee you that.
I don't blame you, bro. Yeah. Well, like it depends. Like when I saw a video where this guy walked in, he fucking there was nobody home and he let himself into the house.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. And then he shot the dog.
Yeah.
And then the cops made a case that he had the right to enter the house. It's like, no, you didn't, bro. You had no right to enter that house. Anyways.
Not for a minute.
Oh,
they're getting overreaching in every aspect of their whole thing. They're not any more peace officers. And there is no law trivial enough that they won't kill you over it. That's for real. They want to exact violence. They want to control. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. And they've got this fucking addiction to ID. That's why I'm telling everybody, man, ditch your fucking ID. For real. I've got a video here on Facebook too. I'll pull up here in a minute too with a guy who's defending himself in court, pro se, and he won't be the person on the docket because he's not a person, he's a free man. If you can understand the difference between that, look it up. It's in Black's Law Dictionary. Person is a corporate fiction, okay? So when they call that full legal name, that's not you, that's your trust. I'll show that here in a few minutes.
A 27-year-old mom with a 6-year-old little boy pulls into an Arkansas gas station. Suddenly, multiple police cars speed towards her. Officers jump out, aiming rifles and pistols at the mom as well as her innocent little boy.
Get down on your face now. Put your hands behind your back. Here in the store with you.
On July 12th of 2024, Peyton Malia was driving through Fayetteville, Arkansas with her 6-year-old son in the backseat of her car. They stopped at a gas station called Casey's General Store to get some snacks. They were driving a white 2009 Lincoln MKS, and she had done nothing wrong. Apparently, these Arkansas state troopers were tracking an Apple AirTag, looking for a white 2013 Lincoln MKZ with visibly different styling and a different VIN number. They were just tracking an AirTag. According to the lawsuit that was just filed, these troopers actually had no idea who the suspect was they were looking for. All they knew was that they were looking for a Lincoln MKZ model sedan, not an MKS.
Get on the ground now. Yes, now. Put your hands behind your back. Come up here in the store with you.
This one in particular, you're about to see him read the VIN number and realize that it's the wrong VIN number. After that point, these officers had actual knowledge that they had just pulled over the wrong vehicle. This Arkansas state trooper over here who takes way too long to remove the handcuffs. But here's the worst part. He continues this detainment. They know 100% she did nothing wrong. He continues to detain this innocent woman, and he directs her to provide him with her ID, even though he knows she did nothing wrong. According to the news reports that I saw, the Arkansas State Police has declined to even comment on this due to pending litigation. Our public servants cannot refuse to comment when they do something wrong. If they engaged in misconduct, that needs to be addressed. This is actually the Troop L commander right here. He is one of your public servants. Has there been any accountability? The only thing that government fears is negative public exposure.
On the weekend, I'm a wizard on a well. We got Better Ledwell with us tonight. What's happening, Roger?
Yellow Ledbetter? Yeah. The blues, man. The blues. Number the blues, man.
Oh, fuck, man. What do you think about that, man? She's just there going to do her thing, and fucking cops come around and put guns on them and shit, and put her on the ground, make her lay, hog tie her and shit, and they're fucking wrong.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one before. It was a good one. Yeah. They should be drawn and quartered, dude. That's my opinion.
They're horrible, man. They really are. They're just horrible. I don't know how people can continue to support. I back the blue. You'll back the blue till it happens to you. That's all.
Yeah. How do they sleep at night? So that's what I'm gonna say.
Who's that?
That's Rhonda. She's telling me to take out the trash for they pick it up. We get
Say,
it once
take
a
it
week.
out yourself. Say, do it yourself.
So
You're not my dad. You're not my real dad.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
You think Jesus ever did that? Screw you, Joseph. You're not my real dad. He might have. You never know. Anyway.
She said, "You're welcome, Saw." She's taking out the trash right now.
I was kidding. You're going to get me in trouble.
Yeah, you're going to get me in trouble.
Well, that's all right. I can live with that. See, it's just
yeah, you don't have to see her every day. That's why you can live with that. Now, I watched the grandbaby this morning, and the granddaughter, she started throwing up when she woke up. I couldn't figure out why. She took a bottle, and then she started just hacking up the milk, man. And like, okay.
all right. Yeah. Was it? Did you have to go to the doctor, or did she get better, or what happened?
No, she came over and washed her up, cleaned her up, and she settled down. I think her stomach settled down. She's doing all right. And she was eating when I left, so that was good.
I'm looking for that court case. Hang on a second. Here it is. Ha ha ha. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I just want you to see what happens with this. This is beautiful.
What's up, Roger?
Hey, Shifted. How you doing, man?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Beautiful. I'll try to get Rhonda to come over and say hi.
What is it?
I'll try to get Rhonda to come over and sit down and say hi. She's busy.
She's busy. Don't bug her. She's taking out the trash.
Yeah, she already took it out.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah. Well, she said some bananas that got overripe, and there's fruit flies all in the house, man. Trying to kill them all.
Oh, Heron, you probably got trash pandas all around you. Yeah, bro. Santero's here. Look at here. Incarnate Unlimited. There's Brad and Tasha, one or both. Either way, we love having them. Godzilla, Mr. Dunham. I don't know what that Godheart Guardian is. That what that's from? Right?
Yeah, that's what for. Yeah, that's his name.
Boy, I did good with that, didn't I? Santero. We got what else in here? Mr. Dunham B49 or not to be or not to. One more quarter. Got all kinds of people going on. Anyway, this is important. Listen to this part on this. We might watch the whole thing. I don't know. Let's check this out, though.
Okay.
You guys got to get this, man. I'm telling you what, right now, if you stay in the system, you're going to get fucking swallowed up with it. I'm telling you now. You better get with it.
No. All right, sit down, please, sir. Just Keith. Pardon? Just which? Keith. I'm here to correct a mistake by the court. And by the state. Well, first of all, if the court has made a mistake, are you Wilfred Keith Thompson? No, that's not what I normally go by now. Let me see the information. That's a fictitious affidavit in terms of person legally speaking, sir. I've tried to clarify this a few times, but apparently the level of the conflict. So your name is Keith Thompson? My name is Keith. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. don't have a last name, sir? I have a family name, clan name, but that's irrelevant today. So you are not Wilfred Keith Thompson? Okay, one more time on and for the record, I am Keith. Nothing more. And sit down, sir. I'm looking for a Wilfred Keith Thompson. Please sit down, sir. Actually, please sit down, sir. Sorry. Can't do that. I served into the court this morning. Sir, I'm looking for a Wilfred Keith Thompson. Bailiff? You are not that this is person. Sit down, sir. Bailiff, please remove this gentleman from the courtroom. Thank you. That's the person you're looking for. Please, sir, that is the person. I'm trying to remedy things. Touch me and you will be charged. I'm a peace officer. You want to dishonor a court official?
The defendant's on the bailiff's desk.
Sir, are you here on behalf of Mr. Thompson? I said I was the administrator to that account. Are you here as agent for him? Could you guys please back up? Thanks. Are you here as agent for him? Not as agent, as administrator, much like you are administrator of this court. Sir, you're either him or you're here as his agent. I'm speaking on his behalf. Are you either of those? Yeah, it's lawful. Pardon? Yeah, he's in common law jurisdiction, which I established as soon as I came in here this morning and reestablished again. The bailiff understood me. This other bailiff, wherever she went, she understood me as well. And this gentleman doesn't like talking. We're going to take a recess. Thank you.
Thank you. All rise.
How long?
How long, sir? I don't have all day. Thank you. I have things to do.
We'll take the court.
Yeah, actually,
please
note that the judge has abandoned the court. He has abandoned ship, and I, as the sovereign in this room, claim authority. Case dismissed with cause and prejudice. Have a nice day. See you later.
That's the way it's done.
I'll start making my way down.
Now, a lot of you might be going, what the fuck happened there? That's someone who knows how the fucking shit operates. Okay? That's somebody who knows how the whole fucking shit operates. Now, unfortunately, this little part right here is kind of small, but it gets better. Hang on.
All right, so I put up a lot of videos on birth certificate fraud and things like that, how to remedy these things, right? So this is going to be supporting more of that, and we're going to kind of lay out what happens here. This video came out in 2014. This is Kate of Gaia, also known as Keith Wilfred Thompson, and this is the being that wrote some of these documents that I put up, okay? I've written some of them, and he's written some of them. If something is masterfully written, you don't mess with it. Yahuwah used this man to draft these particular documents. As I've said, we are the hands on the ground. And a lot of people have seen this, but they don't know what's happening. Okay, I can explain what's happening as we go through here. And again, this is the author of that main document. Okay, I asked Yahuwah for a way out, long story short, and years ago, and he put this in my lap. And, you know, just to lend credibility to that, this is real stuff, guys. And this is before that was even a factor. So this is before he had the BC cross or the birth certificate clause, the rebus sextantibus, which undoes the fraud that was done at our birth when we were sold into slavery by mom and dad through that debt bond called the birth certificate. You don't agree with this? Stop watching or just go watch some of my other videos. It's all laid out. This is not even a conspiracy anymore. It's just fact, guys. 1933, this stuff all changed. And we've got this straw man that we have now, that all caps legal name that's on all of your official documents. So I'm going to play this out and we're going to kind of, I'm going to narrate as we go through it. So, all right, so here we go. Part 3. This is the beginning. Sit down, please, sir. Pardon. He's asking him, what's your name? He's trying to get him to create joinder. He wants him to say, are you Keith Wilfred Thompson? Yes. Well, now you're that legal fictitious entity, and he's created legal joinder with that fictitious entity if he were to admit to being that name, which, as you'll see on numerous occasions, he does not. Not at all. He says, I'm just Keith, just Keith. So, and if you notice he's on this side of the bar, that's for a reason. That's a ship. He's not stepping onto the ship. And this being dealt with him, he dealt with him for years on and off. He got locked up for at one point when he was learning all this stuff for They put him in solitary for 28 days with nothing. Said it almost broke him. I followed him very closely for years, and I was one of the only people that was following this at that time. And this information was revealed to me so that I can share it with other people. And so I'm just putting out ways to get around it, out of it, and showing that this is indeed a real thing. And guys, this, if you want to play these games, like, this is the mark. You cannot buy or sell. It applies to every man, woman, and child on this entire realm that we're in right now. Your right hand and your forehead. So forehead is thoughts, right hand are your works, right? And it goes ahead of all that other stuff. You'll only get the chip, whatever it is, if you're already bought into being that fictitious entity. So like, it covers all this stuff that's already out. That, oh, it's this, it's that, it's that. Well, yeah, it's all of them, but this is like the main thing here, guys. So take that for what it's worth. If you want to know more about this, I've got a playlist called Coming Out of Babylon. It's on my page, on my Facebook page, and on my YouTube. And you'll be able to find these documents and other things referencing this particular scenario. So I'm also going to put up another long format that goes into like, why does it have to be this? Why can't we play the game? Why can't we be, beneficiary in all this? Well, because you're bar carding with Satan, basically, when you're doing this. Okay, that's it's just what it is, guys. He said, "Come out of her, my people." He didn't say you can go in there, stay in there, but like only do it this way. No, it doesn't come out of her, my people. We weren't supposed to have any of this stuff, guys. This was all added. This goes back thousands of years, but the most recent incarnation is 1933. Before that, I think it was maybe 1882 or so, but this is the main one. So we're going to run through this, and I'm going to walk y'all through it. Here we go. So leading into this,
I'm sorry this is so small and everything, so I'll try to help as much as I can, but this is really important information, man.
He's been harassed by them. He's lost all his stuff. They've stolen his stuff, dragged him out of his house by his hair, right? This is the way that things used to go down when people did things like this. And they don't go down like that anymore because we're standing on the shoulders of giants, right? These people are the legends that made what's happening now possible. And I want to give credit where it's due. I mean, people that live by the motto of sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. So what he did before he went in here, we're going to see some things play out with paperwork that's handed over and whatnot. So what that is he had an apostilled birth certificate. So he took his birth certificate, sent it to the Irish equivalent of Secretary of State, and basically apostille, they're just taking an official document and making it more official. So saying, yes, like this is actually an official document. Yes. So he takes that, and you're going to see him. They don't want to take it, but at some point he's going to hand it over, and it gets entered into the court. And when it does, now it's their serve. So you're going to see some crazy stuff. You're going to see which you've already seen if you've gotten to this point. And, this judge actually bows to him. And guys, they don't just bow because they want to.
Real quick, just to give an idea what that is. Now, when you go in there, there's this thing called a water gate. There's that little boxed in area that separates the gallery from where the action is taking place. Okay, that represents the bridge of a ship. That's the court well. Once you step through it, now you're in hot water. But if you stay outside of it, and he produced the instrument that proves that he is the fiduciary for that trust. Okay, and that's what the claim is against. Now, you hold it over the wall of the court well, and if nobody takes it, simply drop it. It's there. It's theirs now. Okay? It's theirs now. So the bailiff will usually come and take it.
These people have tremendous egos, and some things just have to be done. And this is what I talk about, certain things. If we abide by certain procedures and rules, lawful rules, not legal, they are not the same, then some interesting things can happen, and it gives Yahuwah room to work as well. So here we go. Here to correct a mistake by the clerk and by the state. First of all, the court has made a mistake. Are you Wilfred Keith Thompson? Trying to get him joinder? No, it's not what I normally go by. No. May I see the instrument? He's asking to see. He goes, that's a fictitious entity in terms of a person. Legally speaking, sir. Factually, yes. I tried to clarify this matter a few times, but apparently the level of incompetence here is off the chart. So your name is Keith Thompson. My name is Keith. That's all, nothing more or less. No joinder. You don't have a last name, sir? I have a family name, a clan name, but that's irrelevant here today. So like he doesn't want to give over his surname. Surname is sure name. It's a surety name. You don't want to be surety name. So that judge, quote unquote, is trying to get him to admit to anything that can bind him to the spellings as they appear on that birth certificate, because we're in a hearing. We should be in a spelling.
Right.
So you're not Wilford Keith Thompson. Okay, one more time on for the record. I am Keith. Nothing more, nothing less. Then sit down, sir. I'm looking for Wilford Keith Thompson. Please sit down, sir. He goes, actually, I can't do that. Sorry. I served into the court this morning. Sir, I'm looking for Wilford Keith Thompson. The judge is still trying to get joined. You're not that, sir. Bailiff, he's like, take this. The judge is trying to throw him out of the court. All right, now it's their serve. So that's that apostille birth certificate. That's the legal person that you're looking for. He's telling them. So he had actually spoken to the bailiffs ahead of time. So like they know why he's there. And he's already made it clear. And they understand why he's there and where he's standing and what he's trying to do. So we can even have witnesses from another angle. He'll call on them in a minute as a witness and say, like, they know why I'm here. The truth is established in the eyes of 2 or 3 witnesses, right? So they do play by certain rules. You just have to know the actual rules that they're playing by. Again, we're going to see a judge get up here in a minute and do something that they just don't do. He said, I'm trying to remedy things. Touch me and you'll be charged. I'm a peace officer. So what he means by that is prior to going in here, and he brought about 20 people with him that are like-minded. So prior to going into this court, quote unquote, he went down and he got notarized as a peace officer. Well, now he's a court official. So they can be charged in their lawful private capacity if they infringe on him in that capacity. And you're going to see they're not going to touch him. So he's holding that up. You want to dishonor a court official? Go ahead. It's on the desk, which means it's now there served. So he's still trying to get joined. Are you here on behalf of Mr. Thompson? I'm the administrator for that account. So now he's letting them know that he knows that they're playing trust law. He knows it's all fiduciary, beneficiary, subrogation. So he's laying stuff out there that goes like, I know what you guys are doing. And remember, this is 2014. So this is not like when all this information was out, how it is now, where it's so prevalent. Are you here as agent for him? He's like, could you guys please back up? Thanks. Are you here as agent for him? You're either his agent. See? All right. So let's go back here a little bit. So are you here as agent for him? Not as agent, as administrator, much like you are the administrator of this. And he goes, of this court. So like, okay. So that's absolutely true. And he just nudged the judge and told him, like, I know what you're doing. I know what's happening here. So you're either him or you're here as his agent. Judge is lying now. I'm his administrator. Are you either of those? Sir, it's Guelph. So now they're talking about the birth certificate. And they said it's Guelph. Yeah, well, it would be from Guelph because that's where he's born. That's an Irish birth certificate. Guys, it doesn't matter where we go on this whole plane T, this whole planet, whatever we're on, this realm. It doesn't matter. It's all under bar. So it's all underwater. It's all under Lex Mercatorium Admiralty law, Roman Phoenician law, law of the high seas, Jolly Roger, Yar Matey, pirates. That's what's happening here. That's what all this stuff is.
It's piracy.
And now he's saying common law jurisdiction. He's saying, am I not standing in common law because of all the stuff that he's done? He has not created legal joinder. He does not use any of this stuff. He does not use that legal name. And he's already addressed these matters and they know who he is. They don't want us to do this stuff, guys. So now he's saying, like, look, this is what it is. I established it. I've reestablished it. Like, you need to move and you got to go a certain way because I'm playing by these rules and you got to follow the rules of procedure. These guys are all about procedure. That's all they do. It's all procedural nonsense. They don't know. Legal is just a bunch of paperwork. Okay. All it is. Saying the bailiff understood me. This other bailiff, wherever she went, she understood me as well. And this guy, he doesn't like speaking. We're going to take a recess. And now you're going to see the judge is going to step out. What he's doing is technically he can leave twice and come back, and it's in a new jurisdiction with increasing penalties each time, increasing ability for him to sentence somebody with more extreme penalties. Sentence, writing, it's written. I thought we were at a hearing. Is it a spelling? So we're going to see some interesting things play out here in a second. So he's going to take a recess. All right. And he's going to get up and bow because he has to, right? Keith here is standing above that judge now in honor. He's in honor. They are not. That judge cannot stay. He has to go. So watch what happens now. Thank you. Thank you. All rise. How long, sir? How long? Haven't got all day. Thank you. I have things to do. Now, his buddy said, we'll take the court. I'm going to go back a little bit here. You're going to see the judge bow. Ready? He just bowed. So he walks out. He's saying, I got things to do. We'll take the court. His buddy is saying, hey, man, like, we'll take the court. The judge just walked out. Hey, the clerk is going to get up and try to proclaim that there's a recess. And he's going to cut it and speak over her because he has more authority than her in there. And he's just going to speak right over, and he's going to dismiss his own case. Please note the judge has abandoned the court, has abandoned the ship, and I, as the sovereign in this room, claim authority. Case dismissed with cause and prejudice. Have a nice day. See you later. So yeah, this, I don't know that anyone else that I've seen. What I would take from this personally is that this being knows what he's talking about, if nothing else, right? I'm not sure anyone has ever seen a judge bow to somebody else in court, nor do I believe that it's probably happened very often. And the fact that they got a camera in there as well, which they actually did notice in this when he goes, are we not in common law jurisdiction? Like, you can't tell me I can't have a camera in here. We've already established this. I've established it once. I've reestablished it. They know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. I'm standing in honor. You're not. Game over. You're served. No, the game is over. And that's what the last paragraph of that document says. It says, you're served. No, the game is over. And Satan and his harlot, legal Cronus, commerce crown, lost all games where all law was and is church-based, where court is simply a synonym for church. And the living true law was replaced with false dead legal, and all road practitioners, whether court or church, serve the same dead legal reality and are rendered soul dead accordingly in the eyes, yeses, of creation. Your soul is on the line lean, while your sin signs are on the lean line. Only you can clear your debt. No Savior is coming to save you, but rather to condemn you for all of your willful crimes, now knowingly being committed by the mere virtue of you having received this, having read it or not. The end of this is the game is over, folks. It's no more serving. It's done. I just cleared it out. And we do that with the birth certificate clause of the rebus extentibus, which is the one stop and done. It is the be all end all for everything legal, anything possible. It all ties back to the original fraud, which is the birth certificate debt bond. This is not even in dispute, guys. This is not hard to see anymore. I would encourage others to take this into account when they're making choices moving forward and decisions about how to do this, or I want to go this way, or I want to go that way. At the very least, do this once. All you need is a case number, any kind of case number. So contact me if you're so inclined. Some others already have, and I'll do what I can to help you with this stuff. This is about us coming out of her. And from all the research I've done years and stuff like that. So one thing I decided to check all the way out, and I've checked back in slightly to use some of this stuff in order to expose it. But rest assured, it will be all burned to the ground again. I'm not staying like this. I view this as a highly unlawful, illegal activity. It is, in fact, illegal to use a legal name. That is a fact. It's incredibly unlawful, that's for sure. So I just figured I'd put this up to share some of this stuff with you guys. Kind of give another angle on things. I'm sure many people have seen this video, but weren't sure exactly what happened. And again, I followed him for years very closely. And so I was able to figure out what happened with certain stuff that I was curious about. And then I asked Yahuwah to give me information, to give me a document.
Anyway, he just kind of rambles on for a little bit after that. Now, do you understand what happened there? You guys really understand what happened there?
Yeah, I do. I've seen that a long time ago. Eric did a whole thing on that particular case on his channel.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I wish I could find the bigger version of that. That kind of blows the way they got that. Of course, it's Facebook. The shit on Facebook kind of sucks, but I got a few good things.
Yeah, the 501c churches are just as bad as the courts, man. I'm just telling you now, probably even worse if you think about it. And they do follow the Schofield Bible, don't they?
Whoa, okay. Maybe this one's there. I had to fix something. God, stop. Fucking thing just they're getting intrusive. Okay. The devices are becoming intrusive and irritating the shit out of me. IDF legally merges with the U.S. military. It is now the United States of Israel. Listen, the United States government is no longer legitimate. Okay. So I don't know what the fuck y'all worried about. Stop participating. Don't pay your taxes. Stop. Just stop. It's over. It's over. Okay. We need to let what's sitting up there wither and die on the vine. Boom. Let it go. Let it go. They go to conscript people to go fight in their little Jew wars and shit. Nope. Not going. I'll take prison. Fuck you. Try to put me in prison. I'll blow you away.
Speaking of little Jew wars, what's going on in Iran and Israel now?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, this ain't all by accident. The mass surveillance, the merging of the militaries, the increasing hostilities and aggressions that are now merging together. So now I guess it's Ukraine was fighting against Iran and shit too. I don't know, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, they sank or attacked an Iranian boat or something, or I don't know. It's hard to fucking keep up with these jokers. It really is. All the shit that's going on. Then you got Dozy Diaper Don. Man, that guy, what an embarrassment. It's almost like if I went to another country, I would not want to be going, hey, I'm an American. No, fuck no. I'm from somewhere else. Not there. Whatever.
Not of this world, man. Yeah, I was gonna say, after the Liberty, shouldn't we have learned our lesson? You know, like yeah. No.
Well, it's like I've said, we've had a treasonous government for quite some time now. And this was the last straw. It was blatant. It was blatant, right in your face. You know, didn't our national security apparatus just recently deem Israel is the biggest threat to national security on earth? And then you're wanting to merge militaries with them. What the fuck is wrong with these people? There ain't nothing. They're doing exactly as planned, man. This was the plan. And how it happened was we had an infiltration of small hats into America. That's what we had. They're taking key positions.
Yeah.
Using their nepotism, threats, coercion, and blackmail, financial schemes to obtain and buy the power, all for this moment. I'm telling you what, we don't have the United States of America does not exist anymore. Okay? Not at all. This ought to be enough to wake everybody up. It does not exist anymore. We got Hardee's asking motherfuckers if they want to donate to the military. Are you fucking kidding me?
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't the best eating in town up and down all around anymore, is it?
Well, I mean, what the fuck? Hold on a second. You know, it's like, would you like to donate to the Girl Scouts? Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
Girl Scouts are not taxpayer funded. The military is. They just signed a $1 trillion fucking budget for the military and put that whole merging thing in there. And they need donations. That's how you know it's fucking Jews in there now.
Did they ask you to round up to the nearest dollar? You know?
No, I won't do it. I won't do it. You go to one of these motherfuckers that say no cash. I'm sorry, that's not legal. It says right on this cash, it says it's legal tender for all debts, public and private, and your refusal of payment nullifies the debt. Now, do you want to take the fucking cash? and I go with what I got, or do you want me to just go with what I got and you don't get nothing? Because that's how it's going to go. If you refuse
your
the
credit score? Yeah.
if you refuse the payment of legal tender, the debt is null and void.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I did that with the hospital because they wanted to charge me like $9,000 just to get checked out. I was in pain, and they gave me all they did is give me some medicine, pain medicine, some pills, and that's not enough. And they charged me like $9,000 for one stop, and I'm like, well, I can make payments if you want me to. I'll do that. And I recorded all of it, and they said,
you know how much pain killing cocaine you could have got for $9,000? Think on that level right there.
So you get a lot of cocaine for $9,000.
No shit. I'm just saying, they're going to charge you that for a couple of goddamn Tylenol.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I haven't paid them yet. They wanted it all then, and I'm like, well, I can't give it all to you now. I can give it all to. I can pay you a little bit at a time if you want to.
I'm just going to pull $9,000 out of my ass. What the fuck you thinking, bro?
Yeah, they know, but they know I can't do it. That's why they asked for it all. They want to put it in collections, and they want to call me once a month. Like, do you want to cover this bill? Yada yada yada. I'm like, no.
Yeah, they tried to charge me money from going up there, and I was like, you didn't fucking do anything. You did not fix what I came in for.
Yep.
You didn't even address it. Okay, so I'm not paying you. Fuck you.
Well, they told me I could go in and take surgery. That's what they wanted me to do. I'm like, no, I'm good. You don't have to cut me open. I'm good. Ain't gonna happen. We'll see what's wrong with you. Stitch it up.
Now, do you guys have urgent care in the area?
Yeah, we got in Harrisonburg. We got clinics like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like $150 to walk in the door, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they ain't gonna hurt. All they're gonna do is band-aid you. Okay. All they're gonna do is try to mask the symptoms, mask all the effects. That's all. Oh, I have pain in my leg and shit. And instead of going, hey, let's find out why you have pain in your leg, here's some pills for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say they gave me I went in there about 3 weeks ago. I was fucked up, bro. And they gave me they prescribed me some drugs that helped me because I was fucked up. So I don't know. Maybe it's different in Maryland, but fuck, dude. Yeah.
That's all they can do is prescribe pills and cut shit off.
Right. Right.
Okay. So it's not really healthcare at all. It's pain management.
Oh, no, it's not. I mean, she checked me out. She did the basic shit that they would do, right? And then she prescribed drugs to treat my symptoms, which it did. It did help. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it did help. But
that's their whole thing, though. Yeah, but see, here's you're going down the road, right?
Yeah.
And your check engine light comes on, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, what do? Do you either take care of the problem in the engine, or do you go ahead and just put a piece of duct tape over the fucking light so you don't see it no more? Right? That's what our modern medicine is.
Yeah.
Is putting a piece of electrical tape over your check engine light. There, problem solved. See, that pain's there for a reason. It's an indicator. Okay, it's an indicator of something else that's wrong. The pain isn't what's wrong. The pain is the indicator. See?
Right.
They don't get that. They treat the symptom and not the cause.
No,
we do the same thing. You're programmed to. Got the sniffles? Have you had a cold? Well, here, go take this stuff that'll suppress all the shit that's detoxing you. So you'll be sick longer.
Well, with my engine light, I got a code reader, and I can find out what's wrong with the damn thing and fix it.
Yeah, I got one that were around here somewhere. I haven't had to use it.
Yeah, the duct tape, you cover it up, you won't be driving long. You'll be walking a lot of places.
Well, same thing with the human body. You cover up the pain and you don't get to the cause of it, and you ain't going to be walking around with this very much longer. And you'll probably be addicted to fucking drugs too.
I just got a unique email from McToon.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. What was it?
He's like, I hear you have Oakley's book. Could you send it to Simon Dan and give me a return email address? Like, no, I don't think
No,
so.
no, buy it. Buy
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you cheap fucker. Use some of that Canadian Mountie money. And buy it for
He didn't use his real name in the email. He just said McToon. Okay.
Yeah.
Eyes McToon.
Tell him to use some of his fucking Canadian Mountie money.
I'm pretty sure he's got more than that. He's got what's the Secret Service up there called in Canada? What's their name?
Oh, I used to know. It was fuck, I forgot. I used to know. It's shit. I can't think of it. Anyways. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's on the payroll, I can tell you that though. He still is. I bet money on it.
I can't think of it.
He's a Fed. I've told you he's a fucking government stooge like for years now.
Oh yeah. He looks like one, doesn't he?
Well, he looks like a female to male trans, really.
Yeah, he's close. Yeah. JJ thinks there's two of them. He says one's got a mole, one doesn't. He's examining his face and stuff. He's found one with a mole, one without a mole.
God damn! How do you keep from fucking barfing?
Oh, you remember the haircut thing over at TFE when he went down because he had shorter hair?
Yeah.
Within a day or longer hair within a day. Like, how old is that picture? That's an old picture. They were down in Punta Arenas a long time before TFE was even a thing.
Well, Duffy's a government stooge too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, let's get real.
I should go hunt him down. He's somewhere around here.
I don't feed him around. Fuck them.
Roger, was it the Royal Canadian Mounted Police? Was that it?
No.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it the Mounted Police?
Oh, let me see. I have a thing somewhere on it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I looked it up because I've heard about them before.
Yeah, his name is Eric Benson, not McToon. Just throw that out there for you.
Gotcha.
He's got a fake name, fake personality.
He's
I mean,
fake.
Roger,
Every which way the wind blows, he's just fake. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Roger, you're making you're these.
But you know, the thing is, you go looking for them. So they fucking harass you. You do, man. You do. You go, I gotta go over and see where they're at and stuff. And I'm like, no, just fuck them.
You mean, well, because Duffy's in my town. I mean, I could bump into him every once in a while, maybe, but I haven't seen him around.
No
Yeah,
shit.
I don't know if he's probably not using that for a front anymore right now. You know?
Wow. Have you met up with them?
I've talked to him in person before TFE. Saw you were there when I went over to his church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said hi to the boy. Yeah.
Jeez.
Then he lied to me live on the stream about me going. They weren't taking me.
Well, here you go, guys. Gravity exposed. Let's see if this chick's got anything.
Did you know gravity's actually never been proven? We're told and brainwashed to believe it's the force that holds everything in place, holding entire oceans to a spinning earth, keeping all of us grounded, yada, yada, yada. Because really ponder on that for a sec, we're talking about millions and tons of water sticking to a curved surface. Not spilling, not flattening out, just perfectly held in place. And yet water by nature always finds its level, okay? No matter how you tilt the glass, the water surface is always going to remain flat. So the idea that entire oceans are being held to a sphere, it's getting questionable. You know what else is pretty questionable? The fact that gravity isn't something you can isolate, meaning you can't capture it, you can't break it down into physical components because it doesn't exist, you know what I mean? Water, you can split it into hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. Air, can't see it, but you damn sure can measure it, okay? You got nitrogen and oxygen equals CO2. And gravity is only ever observed through what it does. Let's make it make sense. Even figures like Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein were never able to physically prove gravity. Newton described it as a force of sorts. Einstein described it as a curvature in space-time. Either way, two completely different explanations for the same phenomenon. So in reality, what we actually have is a model, basically a way of describing behavior, not necessarily proving or explaining what gravity actually is. Now add this into the mix. We're told the Earth spins around 1,000 miles per hour, which would be like 16 to 17 miles per minute. My bad. Commercial airplanes travel at around 550 miles per hour. So in theory, the ground beneath you is moving significantly faster than the plane. Yet flights going east or west don't show that significant difference in time. A journey of around 2,000 miles still takes roughly 4 to 5 hours, you know. And so I wonder, if everything's moving at those speeds, how does everything feel so still? Now I want you to listen to this real quick.
The pilot continually points the nose down to stop it flying off into space.
But when you talk to pilots, they say there's never a point in the journey where they have to start pointing the nose down towards the ground again and correct their course downwards. And this, they say, is because the Earth isn't curved, it's actually flat, and when they travel, they're traveling a flat line.
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, okay, if gravity is the explanation for it all, how is it still something that's not fully isolated, not fully defined, never been proven? Like, has common sense left the damn building? And I really hope I'm making sense, because once you really do the research, look at the details, the oceans, motion, the theories, okay, it genuinely, none of it adds up. It's making no type of sense right now, okay? Either way, I hope it at least gives you something to think about, okay? Because the indoctrination's real out here. With that said, in Swiss German we say, Danke vielmals fürs Zuschauen. Freue mich aufs nächste Mal. Tschüss.
It's never passed the method, has it, Saw?
What's that?
Gravity's never passed the method. The scientific method.
No, it hasn't. It's just I got as much proof. You know, they can measure an observed effect, you know, and they like to make it sound technical. It's like, well, we've measured the gravitational constant, you know. Great. You timed how fast things fell.
In a
awesome.
Vacuum. Yeah.
Either a vacuum or not a vacuum. Who gives a fuck? What was the cause of the observed effect?
I don't think they've ever got there yet.
Well, it's because of mass attracts mass. No, it doesn't. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay. In order for you have to have a force to move mass.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a force.
Yeah.
And all force capable of moving mass requires energy. So where does mass get the energy to convert into a force capable of that? And why does it not succumb to the laws of entropy?
It doesn't. Even Brian Cox and George Musser actually admit gravity's not a force, but Musser said we can treat it as a force. It's really funny. And Nathan got Brenda to admit that gravity isn't a force, but we can still think of it as a force. That's all he kept saying over and over again after the fact, and then he got kicked out. But it's not a force. There's no force to gravity. It's just it's an observed phenomenon, but it doesn't always go the direction you want it to. There's other things that would go down too. Anything that had any kind of weight to it at all would always go down, regardless.
Let's see, I gotta get.
I don't know why we split hairs over this stuff. It's stupid to even have this conversation. Gravity should never be brought up again.
I know. It's so stupid. Okay, that's that one. I think I already have that open. Okay. I'm getting my act together here and trying to. So I can go over some stuff here. There we go. I think I got it.
I look at it like the globe model is kind of like the Death Star. They built it all up on formulas and calculations, and
exactly.
It's like we're the rebel forces. We're gonna blow up the Death Star.
Well, it is that, because that's what I was gonna say. You know, it's like they show you this fucking formula for gravity, and I'm like, well, wait a second. Where is all this assumptive shit coming from, anyways? And how do you get an exact radius value from an oblate spheroid, for Christ's sake? Now you got a real problem. Depending on where you're at, it's going to be. Come on, man. These people, they got a story for every fucking thing that just is, and that's all. It's always, well, you can't really prove it unless you're on a planetary scale. And I'm like, wait a minute. What kind of fucking nonsense is that? Planetary scale shit. What's scale got to do with anything? You can't, especially when you're dealing with fluids, for crying out loud, man. God damn it.
I think you need to prove planet first before you come up with a scale for it. You know what I mean?
Well, we could look in the sky and we see planets. I say, you look in the sky and you see a light, and somebody told you it was a fucking planet. Okay? Jesus Christ, where'd you get the idea it was a ball of terra firma that people could walk on or land on or something? Where did you get that fucking idea? Somebody put that in your head. It wasn't you.
So I noticed this, and Nathan pointed out, when they go to the equator or any great circle, short circle routes, they bend the radii. How can you bend a radii and get a circumference? You can't.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
They put it below the surface of the earth. That's where it bends. They have sub points, and they comport it to the so-called rate of the Earth.
Boy, they really get elaborate on their stupid ass stories, don't they?
Oh yeah.
I mean, really elaborate. And so much fucking coincidence and just happens to be that, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, man, give it up, for crying out loud.
You study
Man.
trigonometry in this math, that does not work.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? It doesn't work. Okay.
Well, when you use assumptive values in any formula or any mathematical equation, the result is going to be assumptive.
It's
Right?
called
regardless of what the mathematics show. For instance, right? If I have 5 magical pink flying unicorns and I add 3 magical pink flying unicorns to it, the math says I have 8 magical pink flying unicorns, right? But reality says that I don't have any at all because the fucking pink magical flying unicorns do not goddamn exist.
Maybe you could be the one to find the pink unicorn stuff. Maybe you could be the explorer that finds those pink magical unicorns.
God, but you see what I'm saying? Because we use something fictitious. Although the math checks out, the reality to it doesn't. You see?
It's they're using samples that do not exist in reality. Yeah.
Well, like an assumed radius value. And this idea that for some unknown reason that objects just attract one another because they exist. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard, man.
That's how I got married, so
That's like, I'm such a fucking stud. My dick attracts all these all this.
That's it.
Now you sound like Max, dude.
Max. That dude, are you talking about that guy that sounds like a Muppet?
Yeah, from Uruguay. Yeah.
I can't listen to that guy, man.
No, he's
oh boy, there's
Andrew.
Taste the biscuit, taste the goodness of.
Here's our guy. What's up, buddy?
Hey, gentlemen, I don't have too long, but in regards to the gravity conversation,
that's not what she said.
Oh.
You see what he did there? Yeah.
What's up, Andrew? I'm sorry, brother. What's up, brother?
I was on break and a whole bunch of students were out there in the parking lot just kind of chilling out, and someone asked me about gravity. Do I think it's real? And I was like, no. And then like, wait a second. Do you think the earth is flat? I said, so far, yeah. And everyone kind of shut up real quick. It was just like, what the fuck? And but then I just went back to gravity. I said, okay, prove gravity is real. Nobody had a fucking answer.
I'm surprised somebody didn't just drop something.
No, they didn't.
Did it Tyson?
Yeah.
Oh no,
it's like
no. One student did, and it's like, oh yeah, there's gravity. Oh, the mic drop kind of thing. But I was like, what is that? Gravity? Is that a mass attracting mass? And they still had no clue what I was talking about.
say, well, what caused that to fall then? And they'll say gravity. Say, prove it.
Yeah.
Prove that gravity is the cause of the observed effect. And I don't want to hear any shit out in fantasy land about planets and orbits and all that shit. We haven't even got there yet. You got to prove fucking gravity exists before we can even play with that nonsense. Okay?
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do.
Well, that's when I brought up. You guys know what the Cavendish experiment is?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was like asking birds how to spell the word bird. It was like it's not going to happen, right? So they were just nothing. And this is why students actually respect me a lot, because I will challenge their educational experience and say like, "Oh, can you see an electron?" No. Oh, can you prove that gravity exists? No.
Dude, good for you, Andrew. I'm proud of you, brother. That you're fucking Good for you, man.
I did the
a
same
lot
with
of people
two Glovers at Arby's the other day. They were talking about space and stuff. Like, do you believe we landed on the moon? And they're like, nah. Well, they went straight to what about satellites? Was the next one. I'm like, well, let's dig into satellites, and they ran off. They just disappeared.
Well, here's the thing. First, when they'll ask me, say something to me about satellites, I say, well, what do you think a satellite is? And they'll usually tell you that it's a little magic garbage can floating around the earth out in space, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that's not the sole definition of a satellite, you know.
Nope.
Okay. A satellite is a node of a central hub.
It's a node, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. That's all it is.
Node.
It's a
Yeah.
node.
It's a node.
So, you know, they'll say, well, I have Starlink or I have, you know, satellite TV. I say, okay, well, how do you know where that signal's actually coming from? How do you know that it's coming from space? And then tell me if you think that this is viable. I spend millions and millions of dollars to launch a magic garbage can up into space and get it in the right place. And then I take an earthbound transmission and I broadcast it to said magic garbage can floating around the earth, only to have it broadcast it back to transmission towers.
Wouldn't that weaken a signal too, for matter of fact?
Yeah. Hey, you know what would probably work better? If you took the ground-based transmission and sent it through a series of relay satellites on tower.
Yeah.
You put them on the highest area in any given region so that you have better signal. Wouldn't that just be a lot easier and a lot more cost effective? I mean, you got to put those fucking towers up anyway.
Yeah.
So why don't we just shit can the satellite, not beam up to space and have it come back down and just go right to the fucking towers? How's that sound?
Okay. Who was the author? Arthur C. Clarke came up with the idea first. Yeah. Well, you got to keep that fantasy going, don't you? So, you know.
Of course. They want you mesmerized. And for some reason, concentric spinning circles and shit and balls seem to hypnotize people. This is the type of things they use to lull you into that alpha wave brain state anyways. You know, if you really think about it, it's spirals and spinning and whirling and that kind of bullshit. And it's just part of the spell. It's part of the spell. Shit can it, man. And these people will fight tooth and nail to defend something that they don't even have a firsthand observation of, never will have a firsthand observation of.
Yeah. They have no idea what they're defending. Yeah.
No. Yeah. They're just going with the flow. And there's two things that go with the flow: dead fish and shit.
Well, driftwood does.
You know what school is? School is a group of fish aimlessly following one another.
A school of fish. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's right. What are they doing? They're aimlessly following one another.
All right. So, question, because I am a teacher. I'm actually on a field trip right now, about to meet my class up at a certain location. Is it wrong for me to correct people and make them flabbergasted in regards to things they think that are correct, but it's outside the spectrum of the curriculum?
No, it's not wrong of you to do that.
No,
not at all. You're challenging their mind, man. Make them think. Yeah.
Well, I will say that, you know, I wouldn't want you to jeopardize your job, though. I'll say that.
I would do it like this, Andrew. I would say, okay, now this is what the curriculum wants me to teach you, and that you're supposed to know. However, I feel that it's flawed because of this, and this. Do it that way.
Point out the whole.
Okay, I don't agree with this curriculum, but if their class and what they're doing depends on that, is not as much of them learning the material correctly as it is to learn the material and regurgitate it back the way that it was told to them. You know, that's not learning. That's not learning.
No,
and I think that believing in these myths have stunted the possibility of any kind of intellectual growth in mankind for quite some time now.
And imagination too. Like they can't imagine anything outside of it. Yeah.
Yes, and I appreciate your confirmation with that, because that's what I do. And I also tell my students, like, here's the curriculum, here's the syllabus, and I have to teach you certain things because that's part of the curriculum. And here's my personal opinion. Prove me wrong, kind of thing. Like, prove to me that electrons exist.
Right.
Good for you, brother. Hey, man.
Dave, Dave was taking a rip.
I respect the shit out of you for doing that, brother. That's awesome, dude. A lot of people wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do what you're doing, bro. So good for you, man. Yeah.
Most people don't know about it because what I always tell them, I've taken physics, chemistry, biology, and engineering courses, and I have an actual record for it. I work in this field, but I also work in education. So that's what I tell them. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter if that's what's in the textbook. Bohr's model was in I think it was like the 1500s or some shit like that. The structure of an atom. It's like, wait a second. Microscopes didn't even exist back then.
Right. Theoretical.
So,
yeah, and people still use it.
They found it, right? Yeah, they found these things. You know, they predicted it. They found it. There it is. Voila.
Tesla already found that shit, dude.
again, I think that this like this theory, this of atoms, for instance, is because they want you immersed in the physicality. Okay. So therefore, even that everything has to be of a physical, solid nature to exist in reality. But in reality, the best that we can see now, and there's a lot of evidence to support it, that what we would think of as atoms are nothing more than energy that are on a certain frequency and vibration.
Energy. Yeah, it's energy.
That's it. There's nothing of actual matter there.
No.
That it's all just energy, and they don't want us to realize that everything's electric. We are all energy.
Right.
You know, and we come together into this physical form, and the energy that is our consciousness inhabits this thing most of the time. Because I don't know what the fuck's going on when you go to sleep, man. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, though, boy.
So, quick question for you, Saab. What is up with the blue tie? I'm telling you.
I don't know, man. What, with Trump there? I don't know. I had a picture. I gotta see if I can find that, of all the people that have made nasty faces when they're standing behind Trump because of smelling his shit. They're saying that you can smell him coming around the corner now. You can smell him around the corner. This is from insiders. I got a video on that too. Anyway, I'll play this.
The president had an overnight mental health emergency. We're not kidding. We're not laughing. This isn't funny. This is extremely serious. After speaking briefly to reporters, completely incoherently, Donald Trump spent roughly between the 9 p.m. Eastern hour until the 4 a.m. Eastern hour, posting endlessly to Truth Social. Clearly unwell, clearly suffering another meltdown due to failure after failure after failure on Iran and in other areas. Multiple posts, videos, conspiracy posts, the kind of behavior that would raise a very simple question if it were your uncle behaving this way, which is, why is he awake? Why is he saying these things? And do we need to have a psych hold at a local mental health facility? I wish I were kidding. I wish I were exaggerating. Let's take a look just at a little bit of the breakdown of Obama. Trump is president, not Obama. And if Trump had just stuck to the Iran nuclear deal that was signed by Barack Obama in 2015, instead of getting out of it in 2018, we almost certainly wouldn't be in this situation right now. The Dow wouldn't be down an additional 300 points today. Posting stuff about Obama being a secret Muslim, posting stuff about himself with Jesus playing chess, alluding to this idea that some MAGAs push, that Trump is secretly playing some kind of complicated chess game that nobody else is even smart enough to understand. Posting stuff about Iran and different crimes and images and stuff about Israel and Iran and Obama and Biden and political cartoons. We're just scrolling through this stuff because the substance really matters less than the fact that Trump is doing it. Trump posting an image of himself styled as Sun Tzu from The Art of War, called Don Tzu, as if he is some kind of military genius. Trump posting and reposting stuff about the Iranian leadership and this, that, and the other thing. Okay, I think you get the point. Overnight, even actually up until 6 a.m. Eastern time, Trump seemed to be up all night. Again, not the behavior of a stable genius. Now, let me tell you what stands out, what's relevant, and what's most important here, because it's like, oh, the exact Obama's a Muslim meme doesn't really matter, and that's true. What matters is the following. The volume of what Trump is posting is disturbing. The timing of Trump's posts is disturbing. Multiple posts in the same hour, dumped overnight, these bursts of activity, including stuff that doesn't even make any sense, random conspiracy memes and different things. It's irrelevant whether Trump is posting from his bed or his toilet. I don't even, the president.
His toilet. He's posting from his toilet. What the fuck, man? Come on. Let me off this rock. Let me off this thing. You people can't be real. Is that the one? Is that the one we just showed? Yeah, I think it is. Let me see what's this one. Copy that link and put it here. Oh, you'll like this one. You'll like this one. Coca-Cola commercial, take 4.
Why you choose Coca-Cola? Because I don't like juice.
Coke, better than juice.
Why you...
Yeah.
Come on, that was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
Yeah. Good play on words. Nice. I want to go back and listen to his speeches in English. I haven't got a chance to do that yet.
Oh, really? Yeah, you'll be
Shocked. Yeah.
No, yeah, you'll go, oh my God, man, that's like what's going on right now. Wait, what happened? How did that not do what I wanted to do? Let me see. I need to. Wow. There. No. Oh, God bless America. That was this one? Hold on a second. I'm having a rough time here. Oh, okay. Here. There we go.
The United States has launched major strikes against Iran after the country fired ballistic missiles at U.S. forces in Jordan. President Trump had promised retaliation after the attack by Tehran, saying, quote, "We're going to be hitting them very hard because it's our turn." The strikes come as the war enters its 6th month and amid reports of growing frustration inside the White House. NBC News reports Trump has become increasingly exasperated by the length of the conflict and Iran's refusal to reach a deal. According to the report, Trump recently erupted at top national security officials over his frustrations, with one official saying there is no unity within the Trump administration on Iran. The White House denies the president lost his temper, but says he remains committed to punishing Iran until its attacks stop. The United States has.
God. Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's how long it was going to take, man.
It's just another ceasefire in the Middle East, right?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Wait, is that yeah, okay. That helps if I know that.
Yeah, my dad told me there were a lot of those in Vietnam too. Like they had a lot of ceasefires.
Yeah,
like, ceasefires too.
like the Tet offensive, right? That ceasefire. They're going to have a ceasefire for Tet, right? And what happened? Wee poo poo. Yeah, bad shit.
You want to hear about an old story he told me about when it happened? He was He was in Shore Patrol, I think, or not Shore Patrol. They were the PT boats. He was running PT boats down during a ceasefire, and they came upon an officer camp. And what happened was there was 2 little Viet Cong that were actually throwing grenades under the officers' tents during the ceasefire. We're talking 8, 9-year-olds. Yeah. And they left them to the Royal Koreans, the Marines, and they took them outside the camp in front of the village and shot them.
Jeez.
Well, they said they won't learn if you don't, that's what. And
sure.
The Royal Korean Marines actually are known for one thing. They're barbaric, actually, but their kills, they take their ears and hang them on a chain around their neck. Yeah.
I've heard stories like that, but I don't know how many of them are true.
That's a good question. I wasn't there, but that was the story he told me. So I'm just passing it along.
Right.
Yeah.
This is super embarrassing for FBI Director Kash Patel. He just lost a $10 million lawsuit against a man named Jim Stewartson, whom he had sued for calling him a googly-eyed Kremlin as well.
Googly-eyed Kremlin bitch. Yeah, he lost. You are indeed a googly-eyed.
As a traitor and a chud. What else is
traitor and a
this is
chud.
super embarrassing for FBI Director
Listen
Kash
to this again, hold
Patel.
on.
He just lost a $10 million lawsuit against a man named Jim Stewartson, whom he had sued for calling him a googly-eyed Kremlin as well as a traitor and a chud. What else?
Traitor and a chud.
Well, wasn't Hoover like that too? I mean, all the FBI.
They're pussies, man.
Yeah.
They're all pussies. They can talk all tough and then they cry like a little bitch as soon as somebody hits on them, hits them with something.
Mommy.
So this was interesting. Listen to this. You've heard this guy talk about Iran and the rest of that shit, but listen to this.
Yeah, I think space is bullshit. I think we don't have the technology to get to the moon. I don't think there's any point in getting to the moon. And I think that China and America are working very closely to create this illusion of the space race. China gets a lot of technology and science from America. And obviously China sees this as a way, like as a form of national propaganda of trying to rally the people in a time of economic malaise. But I don't think they'll get back to the moon. Okay. Yeah, I think space is bullshit. I think.
He says, I think space is bullshit. You and a lot more people than used to be too. I'll tell you that.
It's good. We need more Artemis missions so we can pull them apart. But
yes, they haven't done. I mean, they're really bad. They do really bad. Oh, this is pretty good. This is 7 propaganda techniques that are used on you.
In 1937, a group called the Institute for Propaganda Analysis published a simple warning for the public. They called it the 7 propaganda techniques. Not conspiracy theory, not speculation, a documented playbook. Here they are. First, name calling. Attach a negative label to an opponent so people reject them without examining the argument. Second, glittering generalities. Use inspiring words like freedom, justice, or patriotism without explaining what they exactly mean. Third, transfer. Attach your message to something people already respect. A flag, a symbol, a tradition. Fourth, testimonial. Use a famous person to endorse an idea, even if they know nothing about it. Fifth, blame folks. Present yourself as an ordinary person, just like the audience, even if you are not. 6, card stacking. Show only the facts that support your side, while quietly leaving out everything else. And 7th, bandwagon. Tell people that everyone believes something, so they feel pressure to believe it too. 7 techniques, published nearly 90 years ago, designed to help ordinary citizens recognize when someone is trying to shape their thinking. Today, the technology looks different. The messages arrive through television, phones, algorithms, and influencers. But with techniques, they haven't changed at all. So the next time you hear a confident voice telling you what to believe, pause. Ask yourself a simple question. Are you hearing information, or are you hearing the playbook? My friends, we are all anonymous, and question every narrative, especially the ones designed to make you feel something before you think.
The handbook to how to be a shill.
Right? They've been working this fucking shit on us for a long time, bro. They really have. There's a white rabbit, yeah.
Does Candace Owens remind you of Oprah Winfrey just a little bit, maybe? Kind of.
I think they're probably the same person.
Oh, go ask the fittest flat earther.
Yeah, get the fattest fit, or whatever his name is, on it.
Right away.
This is kind of crazy, and this is going around. A lot of people are looking at this. This is Trump getting sworn in. Look at him reciting that shit. Where's his hand? It's not on the Bible.
Nope.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
It helps when you put that eerie music with it. But hell, what, his hand wasn't even on that. Does that count? I don't think so.
No. And everybody I've ever seen sworn in, they've always had their hand where you can see it.
Yeah.
Even Reagan, Bush. I mean, all of them. I don't know about Obama. I didn't watch that.
Every one of them psychopath. Every one of them psychopathic fucking war criminals. Ain't no different. None of them.
Do you think they'll pardon him, Trump, either?
Who?
Whoever's in office after he leaves, he'll have to. Get
Oh, you know they would. You know they're gonna. You know they're gonna. I mean, is that even a real question? That's what I gotta ask. I mean, come on. They do a little dog and pony show thing, and you know, they go, yeah, there, boy, Rand Paul sure told that guy off, and it's just nothing fucking happens, just like with this Fauci son of a bitch, you know. And it's just a dog and pony show. Don't even give it any attention. Nobody fucking cares, man. Trust the science. Turns around and fucking pleads the fifth 111 times. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah.
Where's your trust the fucking science now, you weaselly little rat boy? You know? That's what happens every time. It's just like these globetards. They have to run away in shame with their tail tucked between their legs. Some kind of a mangy cur dog. That's my rant.
Sorry.
Ooh, there's some freaky shit.
The sun is electric, the moon is magnetic. The sun positively charges you, makes you want to do things, gives you energy. The moon is taking your energy, it's magnetic energy, male and female. And this is why the moon governs the menstrual cycle, moonstral cycle. This is why the tides of the ocean follow the moon, because the moon governs water and water is feminine. Everything's Taurus fields. The sun and moon is rotating around the Taurus field center, the magnetic North Pole. Above the North Pole, you have Polaris. Pole is a magnetic pole of energy. This is why the stars have never ever changed. The same 12 constellations have been going around us since day dot. They never change, and Polaris has never moved. Each constellation has a different energy, and they're mixing in with the different 7 planets. The 7 planets are called the 7 Wanderers, and they have a different layer of the firmament. Each celestial sphere has a different speed of rotation. It even says in the Quran, Allah, it is He who created the 7 heavens. Each planet has a different energy and it's mixing in with the energy of the 12 constellations. So when you are born into a specific energy which is unique for that time and place. This is why every single person and living being in this creation has a different energy, characteristic, and look, because of the specific timing of the alignment of the stars and the planets.
See, there's actually 13 constellations. There's 13 zodiac signs. And they've hidden one. Let me see if we got anything on that. Let's see. What do we call that? 13th zodiac. There we go. See if I can get a little information on that. Let's see. Here we go, and we bring this one up. Ha! Look at me. I'm a whiz kid at this shit, boy.
They say there are 12 signs in the zodiac, but what if that's not the full story? Hidden in ancient star charts lies a forgotten 13th sign, a celestial force once recognized, and then mysteriously erased from modern astrology. Its name, Ophiuchus, and its story is stranger than you think. Ophiuchus, pronounced OPWCus, isn't some modern internet hoax. It's a real constellation nestled between Scorpius and Sagittarius, and it has been known to astronomers for centuries. The name comes from Greek, Ophiuchos, meaning serpent bearer. The image? A man wrestling a giant serpent, echoing myths of Asclepius, the healer god who could bring the dead back to life. His knowledge was said to come from the serpent itself, a creature of rebirth, shedding skin, eternal transformation. Zeus, fearing the collapse of divine balance, struck him down with a lightning bolt. But instead of vanishing, Asclepius was placed among the stars, as Ophiuchus. Not as a hero, but as a warning. So why isn't it on your horoscope? Here's where it gets strange. Fast forward to Babylon, 3,000 years ago, the birthplace of astrology. The priests and scribes were not just stargazers. They were power brokers, crafting cosmic law into calendar form. The Babylonians who created the 12-sign zodiac around indeed knew about Ophiuchus, but chose to exclude it. They simply needed an order, a perfect system. 12 months, 12 signs, 12 gates of heaven. But was it the real reason? Ancient stories suggest that those who followed Ophiuchian teachings tried to rewrite human fate, to end death, to bring equality between mortals and the divine. In mystery schools and early Hermetic texts, Ophiuchus appears under different names. Thrice great Hermes, the great physician, the keeper of the serpent flame, and always he is portrayed as a threat to systems of control. Perhaps that's why astrologers left him out. Not because he didn't belong, but because he could too much. But the sun actually passes through 13 constellations, not 12. And Ophiuchus, it occupies the sky from November 29th to December 17th. Technically, if you were born during
that makes me one.
That time, you're not a Sagittarius. You're an Ophiuchus. Now imagine everything you knew about yourself changed. Who are those falling under the Ophiuchans? Intuitive, mysterious, and magnetic, seekers of knowledge and truth, natural healers, or even spiritual rebels. But also unpredictable, secretive, and sometimes feared. In some traditions, they are called the secret 13th tribe, the hidden soul path, the ones who don't fit anywhere. That's because the serpent bearer represents power over life and death, a theme that made ancient priests uncomfortable. Perhaps that's why Ophiuchus was erased. Not because it didn't exist, but because it challenged the structure of what was acceptable to believe. However, there is even more mystery around. Across cultures, the number 13 is feared and avoided. Ancient witch covens had 13 members. The Templars were arrested on Friday the 13th, a day forever cursed after. And now hotels skip the 13th floor. But in esoteric traditions, 13 isn't evil. It represents transformation, death, and rebirth. In tarot, the 13th card is death, which doesn't mean physical death, but a major shift in consciousness. Could the fear of Ophiuchus be the fear of what awakening truly means? In Eastern mysticism, a serpent lies coiled at the base of your spine. This is Kundalini energy. When awakened, it rises up the spine, unlocking spiritual awareness, power, and enlightenment. The 13th sign, the serpent bearer, isn't just about stars. It's about internal awakening. What if Ophiuchus is not only a sign, but a symbol of a spiritual force sleeping inside you? A sign that, when remembered, may reignite the ancient path to self-transformation. To be clear, modern astronomers acknowledge Ophiuchus as part of the zodiac belt, but astrologers, for the most part, do not. Why? Because astrology follows a symbolic sky, not the physical constellations. So even though the sun actually passes through Ophiuchus, the mainstream zodiac has kept to the original 12. Still, some astrologers believe it's time to reclaim the 13th sign, to acknowledge what was buried. However, introducing a 13th sign would redefine millions of identities, crash the structure of the natal chart, and unravel a commercial zodiac built on neat categories. What's even more mysterious, some believe the zodiac ages rotate, and we're currently moving from Pisces to Aquarius. But a few mystics claim the real age coming is Ophiuchus, the age of rebirth, healing, rebellion, and spiritual awakening. The serpent is not evil. It's a symbol of power, transformation, and DNA itself. Are we ready to reclaim this energy? Or are we still trying to ignore it? So here's a question. If the 13th sign was erased to fit the system, what else have we reshaped or silenced just to make the world easier to explain? Maybe the sky holds more secrets than we're willing to see. The next time someone asks your sign, look up. If you were born under the serpent's gaze, you weren't meant to follow the old system. You were born to remember what others forgot. I'm your bizarre scholar, and you've just unlocked our first chapter into the hidden world of unknown wisdom. Don't forget today's teaching. The stars are still whispering. Subscribe to uncover more hidden truths, lost knowledge, and forbidden ideas. One.
Why do you think we have a date line, though? We lose a day? That's just one thing. You know, there's like so many ways inside that. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, too, that was really interesting because I've known this for quite a bit, but I like how he was getting into, you know, what the energies and everything of it are. That's my birth sign. I'm December 3rd. That puts me like almost like smack dab in the middle of it. And that's interesting. I thought that was really interesting. And of course, Fabio, hush. We've had, we used to have 13 months because there's 13 constellations. There's 13 moon cycles per year. That's just how the shit works, man. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think they hide it with the globe model itself because it's set for that 12-month process. The whole model is set on it. So
Right, right, and it's not accurate. It's not accurate, and it's like like this 13-month calendar right here that I've got. You can get these online. I think the links to it are down in the description, but it's got some interesting facts up at the top and everything, and of course it's got what the normie date is on it. But what the date actually is. Now, this one is from last year. I've got the one for this year on the wall in there. But the thing is, the only thing different is where the actual date that they're using is at. Because under this system with 13 months, every month starts on a Sunday. There's always you have 13 Friday the 13th. So they're not so special anymore, right? But next year, the same day will fall on the same day. The 5th will be on this day. The 6th will be on a Wednesday, whatever. So the 13th is going to be on a Friday. The 14th is going to be on a Saturday, and it's like that every year. And it's a hell of a lot. Huh?
The New Year's on this calendar. I like it. It's the first. So, April.
Yeah, it's in April. Or what we would call April. Mm-hmm. Where is that? Let me get back here.
April Fool's Day falls on the 3rd.
Cool ship. Bought some airships in this one right here too. That is pretty cool. These are neat, man. These are really neat. Let me see here. Where am I at? May...
Get yours today.
Royal Raymond Rife Day on May the 9th. Mm-hmm. And then let's see here. Where are we at? True New Year on this starts on April 1st. Over here, I don't know if you can see it or not. Goddamn green screen. God, what is up with this fucking green screen thing? There we go.
New technology, as D
anyway, yeah, April 1st. And it makes more sense. I mean, the new year, the rebirth of everything, the flowers are growing. Spring has sprung, the grass is riz. I wonder where the flowers is. It's other than bleak, dark, freezing ass, cold, goddamn January. Think about how much nicer it would be to watch your little stupid fall come down. If it was April 1st instead of fucking January 1st, think about that. You're standing out there in Times Square, freezing your dick off. It's like shit on that. And why do people make such a deal about it anyways? I don't understand what the big fucking deal is with it.
One thing I was thinking about is how everybody, they want answers. How far away is the sun? Well, they got a fucking answer, right? But when you start to analyze it, even history, all this shit, man, like I'm on board with the 13 months or whatever. Like it's basically they found, what do you call them? Zodiacs with 13 on them. Like they're printed press. It's common knowledge. There was a system where they used 13 fucking months, right? And so in my lifetime and my great grandparents, as far as I understand, because they didn't tell me no different, is that it's been a 12-month calendar, right? You know what I mean? Like how long has it been a 12-month calendar though? Because I don't even believe the history beyond like fucking 300 years.
You can't. How can you? How can you? You find out all this shit they lied to you about. What the fuck? You see him lying about shit that's going on right in front of your fucking eyes, and you think that you're going to get an accurate history? Come on, man. Oh, this is pretty good.
But they always have an answer for it, eh? They always got this answer. Oh, some guy in a butcher coat, he's got the answer.
Butcher coat.
Nice one.
Hey, where am I? There. Here's a cool one. The Sandy Hook shit. Uh-oh, look out. They'll sue you like you did Alex Jones, please.
Oh, yeah. They're going to get a lot out of you.
Go him, please.
Goy, please.
That's our word. Goy, please.
The worst grade school shooting in U.S. history, at least 27 dead.
Francine Wheeler, Sandy Hook grieving parents who...
Francine is an actor and a singer who has performed such amazing hits as Jumping to Conclusions, Nicky Nicky Knock Knock, and I Can't Tie My Shoes.
Jumping to conclusions, hopping up and down and calling paper cuts continue.
And the mom told me that there was over 100 shots inside the school. Wheeler. There's Wheeler looking down. Played 2 roles at Sandy Hook. Role on the left, SWAT team, FBI. Role on the right, grieving father. Here's the photo.
She also starred in the animated porn Mutant Aliens in 2001 as the voice of Josie. Her husband David is also an actor. He ironically starred in the dark gun film Faithful in 2001.
Here he comes, walking back around the corner, same corner. What happened to David Wheeler's 2 guns? He shows up, the biggest school shooting in United States history. And here they are showing off the frame photo of their fictional imaginary child who didn't really die at Sandy Hook.
Is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday and then only do it every Monday. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
It was all about.
Yeah, I'm sure they would say that, fuckers. Whatever.
Did we lost Roger? Where'd Roger go? Where are you, Roger? Come back.
I'm sure he's all right. I'm sure he's okay. he can handle himself, so I heard. So he'll be all right. Yeah, no, it's wild, man. The state of things.
What's up, Snowman? What's up, brother?
Soldier. What's up, soldier? Not much. Breaking up another joint here. I gotta break it up by hand.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's all over now. It's done.
It's old school, brother.
Yeah, it's done. It's over.
That's old school. You don't even have a grinder? Whoa. No, I know, man. That's like, man, back in my day, he was breaking up that fucking Mexican brickweed.
Well, these fucking kids.
Yeah, that fucking mech, bro.
Yeah, the Mets weed.
That shit was rough. And try to hope you got all the seeds out of it, right?
Oh, it was filled with seeds, bro. That was the problem.
I remember one time I ended up with a fucking sack of seeds, like one of them freezer Ziploc bag, about that deep, full of fucking pot seeds.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with these? This was back in like the late 70s, early 80s, you know? I was like, what am I going to do with all these fucking seeds? So I just like, I put them in the bird feeder. Next thing you know, man, there's fucking pot plants growing up out of people's gutters and up in their gardens and shit all over the place because these birds are chowing these seeds and shitting them out everywhere, man.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. That's fucking hilarious.
It's like Johnny Appleseed. Yeah.
We did the same shit, brother. We had all kinds of seeds in fucking California, bro. We had all kinds of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know, and then we didn't really know much about it back in those days either. You know, you wanted, you know, the thing is, you don't want them to go to seed. You know, you don't want them to go to seed. That degrades their potency. You know, to make you want to make them girls as horny as you can possibly get them, and don't give them none.
Well, we were making
the most THC out of them.
We were making fucking hash, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, yeah, we were making hash, dog.
Oh, dude, I had a grow in California, and there was nothing went unutilized. Nothing that didn't go unutilized. We used every part of the plant. Sometimes even my dog Brandy, she used to get a stalk after we'd done picked all the buds off it. We'd carry it around and chew on it and shit all day. And she'd lay there right on the floor where you're trimming and cutting these things off. Next thing you know, she's got like pot leaves all on her and she don't care. She's just on her stick, you know, while we're grooving on, listening to some Tool and trimming bud.
Led Zeppelin, right? There you go.
Oh my God. Well, my neighbor, she lives about 2 miles up the road. Oh yeah, her name was the same as the woman on Bewitched, Samantha Stevens.
Oh yeah, she was hot as fuck, dude.
Well, this woman, she had the same name. It wasn't the same chick at all, but
she was hot. Yeah,
she was Samantha on the Bewitched was absolutely. But she worked in an art studio in LA with the guy from Tool, the singer, and and she remembered the day that he came in and said, well, today's my last day. My band got signed.
Nice.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah.
And he would make like different kinds of weird pottery and like stuff that's like those figures in the Tool videos.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adam's responsible for most of the little miniatures, though. He's the guitar player.
Yeah. Adam. Well, Adam was.
Yeah,
Adam,
that's the guy. That's Adam. That's the guy I'm
Adam,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah. He says, he says my band got signed. And ironically, Samantha, she makes like little figurines and shit like that too. People in the desert are kind of weird, man, but in a good way. You know, they're just not the same as people you're used to. At least that's how it was for me. And
They're not as bad as
there's such an eclectic people. You've got all kinds of different people. Like when you go up there in Darwin, that ghost town, there's like all kinds of different people live in this little community that's only about like 35 people. And there's a guy, he's from France. He drives a Porsche. He's got an underground house and he's an artist. And there's another woman and she's just an old hillbilly that, you know, everybody likes. And then you got, you know, a guy, he's a deadhead, Grateful Dead dude.
Grateful Dead. Yep.
Yeah, he grows great weed and shit, you know. And I mean, it's just like there's this, and everybody just gets along. They all know each other, and they don't have like little cliques and groups like you do out here in the world. You know, they're a little community. It's pretty cool. Kind of like a bigger version. If you remember, you ever see a British TV show called The Young Ones?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever watch it?
All of them, all 12 episodes. Yeah.
All right. So there was like those guys were all so different from one another, right? But they all lived together. They were friends. That's kind of like how Darwin is.
I saw Seekers in the back, I think.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see it pop up. Owned by Helicopters GS. There it is. Boom. What's up,
How do you
Seeker?
know who's in the back, eh?
Hi, I'm using a different browser. I hope I won't have the technical problems that I had before.
No, you're all right.
What's up, Seeker? I like your cat, bro. Is that your cat?
Thanks. Yeah, well, she was. She's dearly departed, but
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's a cute cat, bro. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm very much a cat person. I rescue cats and everything like
Me
that.
too.
But,
I have 5 cats, bro. 5 cats.
oh, wow.
So I got a question for you on that note. What are you rescuing cats from?
From suffering outside. I do trap, neuter, return. You know, if they're feral and you can't socialize them, you just get them fixed, get them, you know, the vaccine, which people may have different feelings about vaccines, but, you know, the rabies, and put them back out after they recover, you know, so they're not having babies outside and getting, you know, FIV, which is like cat AIDS, basically, and stuff like that. But
Wait, there's a bunch of whore cats outside breeding.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it's much in Canada. Maybe it's too cold or something.
They got barn cats around here, man. Feral barn cats, and you know they let them stay around because they control the mice. But you ain't gonna bring them fuckers in the house. They're not You don't want. They're not like gonna let you come over and pet them and shit like that either. But they stay around the barn and shit because they eat mice.
I want one.
Do they feed them
I don't think you could have furniture with the feral cats inside. Neither they'd tear it all out.
Out in Wyoming, I met a guy that had a fucking bobcat for a pet. And then he had a regular domesticated cat, and this bobcat would like hold that other cat down and lick its fur backwards to make it cry. And they get to running that thing, you get to running, he'd be on the walls running around inside that guy's house.
Yeah, there's a guy in Siberia that gets millions of views on YouTube that has, I think it's a puma and a jaguar. Now I think he has both. I don't know how, you know, how he's able to do that, or, you know, but or where he got them from, but yeah.
Dude, you're talking about the guy that he has a tiger too, right? You're talking about that guy?
Does he have a tiger?
I thought he did, yeah.
The puma's name is Messi, I think, or is it? It's a panther, right? Yeah. Messi the panther, and then he also. I think he has a cheetah. Isn't that right?
I don't know about that, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, he he doesn't seem to have any fear. I mean, which I might feel the same way if I like lived with one for a long time or maybe raised it from being a baby, but
Right.
you never know what could happen though. I mean, I don't know if you ever feel that way about your dog, Saw, but I mean, every once in a while you hear like a news story about someone,
Mhm.
dogs doing something unexpected and somebody can lose a leg or something like that, which is
Mhm.
actually one reason why I prefer cats. I mean, I did have to go to the ER once because I was bit by a feral, and I had to get IV antibiotics, but I didn't lose any digits or limbs or anything like that. I mean, certain dogs, well, the dogs you have, I think, probably have a pretty, strong bite. If they wanted to do some damage.
German Shepherd. Like I got 2 German Shepherds and a pit bull. I would imagine they do.
Yeah, I think the
see.
Belgian
My
Malinois
little-
has the strongest bites,
my-
and the Shepherd is very closely related to that. So
My pit bull sit out there in the yard with a freaking tennis ball in her mouth, squeezing it down flat, back and forth like some lesbian in the goddamn prison yard, squeezing those hands. Like, holy shit.
That's the best analogy I've ever heard, Saw.
That should go into Saabisms, man.
That'll go into the Saabisms. Yes.
Man,
Oh
I
my
wish
God.
sometimes people would troll this place harder so there was more clips like this already clipped for us. Yeah.
Oh shit. Sometimes I get these buttheads that do that, that they'll make a video. So thinks this, that, and the other, whatever. And it's like, but all I ever see is I see a notification and I'm like, huh, well, good luck with that. I don't even watch them. I don't care. I don't fucking care,
Yeah.
Get them if you're stuck and can't grasp it, dude, I can help you. Or you can just go on doing what you do and thinking how you do. It's your fucking choice. I ain't forcing nobody to be here. I ain't forcing anybody to take my information. If it's interesting and you like it, hey, good.
Right.
If you don't,
Are you not entertained, right? Are you not entertained?
You're not entertained. No shit, right?
Speaking of the devil,
Saab, I wanted to tell you about an experience I had based on your information. A couple nights ago, when you showed that video of that woman who was talking about Tulsi Gabbard and her brother, and
yeah.
she actually had some, I thought, pretty interesting theories or observations. And after I saw that, I was curious about that, Krishna cult that they mentioned that Tulsi's family was involved in. It's called Science of Identity Foundation. And it reminded me of a book that I had put on my wish list by this guy who had basically become disillusioned with ISKCON, which is like the Hare Krishnas. But he had been a serious devotee, but he wrote this book called Divine or Demoniac, Spiritual Movements and the Enemies Within. And I was thinking, I wonder if he talks about that group in his book. And still don't have the book yet, but I found him on YouTube and I listened to his lecture where he basically was summarizing the book. And he didn't mention Science of Identity, but he did start talking about flat Earth. And I thought, wow, that's a really interesting coincidence that, something from Sog's show led me to this. I didn't know that, I didn't know that much about, the Hindu belief in flat Earth, but I have a lot of respect for that tradition and, I mean, it's ancient. I think there's a lot of wisdom there. But this guy thinks that flat Earth is one of the topics that they're trying to suppress. Like that's one of his criticisms.
Oh yeah, it's definite. Somebody mentioned earlier, toward the beginning of the show that did you notice that they're not putting that Wikipedia flat Earth fucking sticker on the bottom of the videos no more? And it's
on yours or on anybody's?
It hasn't showed up on mine in a long time.
Why do you think that is?
I think that they just give up. They don't care anymore. That's why I think that this shit's ready to come down to a head. They're not pressing. They're just not. You know, as far as flat Earth or anything.
Well,
You know,
flat Earth is a gateway.
Trying to scramble everything that they can get before the end, and I think that we're fastly approaching that. I really do. As far as the United States is concerned, as the thumbnail indicated, it's gone. Okay, it does not exist anymore. The country that you were born in does not exist anymore. The land does, but the government is illegitimate. And it is your duty to not support it. It is your duty to non-comply. It is your duty to replace it. And you're not going to do it by voting. Because if voting worked, they wouldn't allow you to fucking do it. Okay?
On average, how many views are you getting? That's just a quick question.
I think last night, right now, I've got like 166 people in here. I had like over 200 last night, but on by the time last night was said and done, Jesus criminally, would you load the fucking page? God, I'm getting so tired of this crap. Let me go back to content. See, last night.
They're just trying a different strategy. Maybe they just think they don't want people just drawing attention to it by putting that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But 1,937 views on last night's show.
Holy crap! And I'm only getting 150 average on mine, but I mean, I only got 600 subscribers. So,
what was it, Sav?
1,700 something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, $2,000, whatever.
1,937.
That's close.
Yeah. And the one before that, 2,084.
Yeah.
1,798. The one before that. So I'm doing all right. At least about 50% of what my subscriber count is. So
that's pretty much.
I just want to say something really quick before you go. I want to say hi to Sean Hawkins because he's live streaming this right now.
Oh, is he? Hi, Sean. How you doing, Sean? Fucking loser.
He's live streams your stream stuff.
Yeah. That's all he's got. See, because he's not entertaining at all. You see, and the only thing he's got going for him is to restream somebody or whatever and then pause it and say rah, 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 some stupid shit to his 5 people that are watching him, and then it's really quite bizarre. It's really quite bizarre to watch his show.
Yes, 2 watching right now. 2. Hi,
one of them's him and the other one is you.
Oh yeah, you're right. I gotta get out of there. Bye.
Think about that.
No, that's funny. Yeah, it is true. Yeah. Oh, he restreams all our streams, man. He used to do Flatzoids on a regular every noon.
He's too cowardly to come on though.
No, I don't, Santero. Sorry, I love him.
I think flat Earth is a gateway drug though, because once you go flat Earth, you don't go back. It's way, and then and
you can't go back.
But it's everything. It's not just that, man. It's just everything. It's just the noticing of everything. And it's just everybody's noticing. And there's a lot of people that would rather just put their head in the sand like an ostrich.
Yep.
And I've gotten to the point where I just can't even live with myself if I'm going to be like a fucking ostrich. I'm just not going to do it. That's not how I live.
I don't blame you, so man.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. It's crazy.
But yeah, I think with the flat Earth though, it really fucking snaps people's head off. They have no choice but to accept the fact that fucking space isn't what they said it was.
Yeah.
And then once you start,
but the problem is people aren't gonna look into it, they're not going to look into it though, bro. That's the problem.
No.
They're not gonna take the next step. Most people. I'm not speaking for everybody.
Did you see the time when Sean Hawkins was talking to Flatzoid, and he was talking about the air pressure without physicality or contained, separations. Anyway, check this out. This was pretty good. This was
Yeah.
somebody made this. Somebody made this in response to him. Let me
Blowing on the paper, sir.
Yeah. We let him restream this shit.
Joke, dude. It's a fucking joke, bro.
Yeah, well, Jaren's still looking for the curve now, and he went to Antarctica and claims he's a glober now. So, I mean,
I thought he found it. I thought he found it, bro. Didn't
No, he
you
didn't
find
have
it?
it. No, he's still having problems with it.
Oh, he's still all right. All right, I got you.
Piece of shit.
Oh my god, that was painful.
Oh yeah,
that was very
Well,
painful. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who made that one. That was QMP, wasn't it?
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So anyway, Sam, I also wanted to say that the ISKCON, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, is building something in West Bengal, India, called the Temple of the Vedic Planetarium. And it's opening next year to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the day their leader Prabhupada left this earth, left this realm. But the guy that left Krishna's, that wrote the book about it, he thinks they're infiltrated and they're putting misinformation. He actually contacted the people that are building that, and he said, "Are you going to use the flat Earth that's actually in the text, or the globe?" And they said both, and he didn't think that was appropriate. But they're trying to reconcile the flat Earth text, that it's a flat disc, with the globe. And I actually found, I gave you a link. You may want to watch it later or whatever. You can watch it now if you want.
That book you were talking about, though, it was like teaching about how to use religion as a tool, right? Like, isn't that what you were? I thought you were describing that one guy.
No,
Or
the
was it
book.
strictly, because I have a Krishna place, ironically, right next door to me, like within 3 kilometers. There's this giant Krishna temple that just sprung up over the last like 5 years, right?
Oh wow! Have you ever talked to the people? Do they try to proselytize? Do you?
No, sometimes they go around dancing. They wear like sometimes there's guys wear like monk fucking outfits. Like
Yeah,
almost.
I actually, I mean, I think it has a lot of truth, actually. I mean, Hinduism in general. I'm not partial to the Krishnas specifically, but Hinduism and Jainism, which both believe in this flat Earth cosmology, Vedic cosmology.
Ironically, right? Yeah.
But I think it is possible that that movement was suppressed or manipulated for whatever reason, and now maybe infiltrated. But it's interesting. But I gave Saw a video from this temple of the Vedic Planetarium. They have a YouTube channel also, and there's a whole section called the planosphere. They're trying to planosphere, yeah, PLANISPHERE, and they're trying, and this PhD guy is going on and on about how, even though it says it's flat in the text, how he's like trying to give a new interpretation of how somehow it could be reconciled with the globe. And I just think it's interesting that he may be sincere. I'm not saying he's necessarily in on some conspiracy, but maybe some people at some level are, what do you think, Sub? I know you've said that you don't, you think
I look at it like this. I don't look to religious texts to verify what I've determined. but I find it interesting that the religious texts reflect what I have found.
So, Seeker, the Bible actually promotes a flat Earth too. I don't know
But
if
they
you know
don't
that.
talk
Yes,
about it.
I
Like
Here again,
know
it's had its
stuff about that.
infiltrators. It's had its infiltrators too. We know that. Look at the bullshit people believe because of the Schofield Reference Bible, for instance.
Right.
Well, oh, Jews are the chosen people. No, they're fucking not, and it doesn't say anywhere in there that they are.
Nah, in the canon, it never says that. I mean,
No,
it does.
of course it
That's
doesn't.
Old Testament. That's Old
Shifted.
Testament.
What book
No,
is that?
it's not even in the Old Testament.
No,
It's
and
not
the
even
word
in
Jew
the
isn't
Old
used.
Testament.
The
No,
Jew wasn't used. No.
Well, the people that in the Old
Judah
Testament.
was not. Judah did not get the blessing. The blessing went to Jacob.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Is that
13
what
tribes,
book
man.
in particular is that mentioned in mostly the flat Earth stuff in the Bible?
Oh, it's spread throughout. There's different
throughout the Old
references to
Testament.
it throughout.
Psalms, Job,
Yeah.
Isaiah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's throughout the Bible. Yeah.
It's throughout. So Seeker,
Genesis,
it's throughout.
yeah.
The,
But it's not there saying and the earth is flat or anything. It uses the reference that it's flat. You
Right,
see,
well,
because
it
it's not there preaching that. That's obvious. You see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the other mind fuck. Is
Yeah.
they take what's obvious, what you observe, and they say
Yep.
it ain't what you see. It's this other nonsensical shit that I told you. And the reason you have to believe that is because a guy in a white coat that calls himself a scientist said that.
Yeah.
Butcher coat.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
was going to say the butcher coat, like Snowman says.
So, Seeker, to answer your question, it's throughout the Old Testament. To answer your question.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Genesis describes the creation as a flat creation to start with. It references water to begin with, and it references the
Yeah.
firmament and a vault of
Yeah,
heaven.
firmament. It's right there in the first fucking few words of the Bible, bro.
Well,
I mean,
and there again, if we go to demonstrable and repeatable physical science, okay, it is impossible to have a specific volume of gases, and I use the plural emphatically because the next thing they go to is their fucking gradient.
Right.
But it is impossible to have a mixture of gases in a specific volume without physical containment.
No, it's impossible. Yeah.
And you have to have that first before you can have the gradient. Now they want to use their magical duct tape all the time. The magical duct tape, the magical gravity all the time.
There it
gravity.
is, right there.
There
Yep.
it is. That's it holds their bullshit together. Okay. Well, it's never been proven. And you cannot prove that gas behavior is affected by gravity or that it can be contained with that. In fact, the whole gravity thing is a nonsensical. They call it a scientific theory but it has absolutely zero science involved to it.
Check this
Nothing.
out, though, Tom. Check this out. They just did a thing where they mapped the ocean floor,
Mhm.
and they didn't do it with lasers or anything like that. They did it by mapping the gravity. You could probably find. Yeah, I know.
I'm
I know
sure.
they fucking
Sure.
did.
So that would
I
mean
know
that they have isolated gravity and they could modulate it. Okay, so that's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
there's
it's
no
just one of
gravity.
the, they just did a oceanography thing where they've mapped the oceans by
Here's the
measuring
problem.
gravity.
Sure, they did. Yeah.
Here's the problem with gravity, and it's not a science.
Sonography. There's sonography or whatever the fuck they do. It's not gravity, bro. Yeah.
That's what they said. So I'm just using their words.
Sure.
Yeah. I know. They're gonna say that, but it's not that. But, yeah.
So what is it? Then they know what it is, and they can isolate it, right?
Sonars. It's sonars.
That's all they're
What it
using.
is.
Sonar.
Which we've had for years.
Within geodetic surveying, all their measurements do go to what they call gravity, and they have even meters supposedly that register when the gravity's the
Well,
most dense.
regardless of what they call shit, here's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Where does the energy for gravity's force to come from? A force capable of moving mass requires energy. Therefore, the earth or the mass has to be getting a source of energy from somewhere to convert into this. Where is it getting this from? Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed, right?
That's That's their burden of proof, Sav, and they
So
cannot
where
do
does
it.
that right?
Yeah.
Well, they cannot. All they can do is measure observed effects and ascribe it to this magical thing. I got as much proof that it's a wizard casting a spell as they do that it's gravity.
Right. Yeah, it's the same thing. You're right. It
So
can
it's
be
not-
the burden
when
of
they measure
proof
it to
is
the
on
sun
them.
too. Yeah.
When
It's
I
like-
change
like
the
this-
ratio of density between the fluid medium and the object, I literally change its weight.
Right.
So when the apple falls out of the tree and into the water, it stops going to the earth, doesn't it?
Right.
It's
It does.
now literally flying above the earth. When I
Yeah.
go in when I go in the lake and I'm swimming, and the bottom of the lake is 10 or 15 feet below me, I'm literally flying
Yeah.
10 or 15 feet above the surface of the earth,
Yep.
using the same principles that you would
Yep.
use in flight
Yeah, no,
in
I
the
see it
air.
the same way. I
So
see it the
it's
same
just
way.
called
too.
something different based on the fluid medium in which it's in. But there's never, ever an instance where some object is not subject to a fluid medium.
That's why the burden of proof is on them, because
Absolutely. They have the positive claim, and it goes against
Yeah,
observable
there
and
you go.
testable reality.
Yep.
That's what their biggest reliance is the burden, is the shifting of the burden of proof.
Yep.
And they say the earth is globe, prove that it's flat. Wait a minute. I don't have to prove an observation.
No, you
How
have
about
to
this
prove
one?
it.
I can turn into an iguana at will. Prove that I can't.
Right. That's the same
Do you
shit.
see how stupid that is? Yeah.
Well, I
it's the
mean,
So
same
that
thing.
so that happens around midnight. You turn into
Yeah,
an
right.
iguana. I'll put
Yeah,
a link in the
just
back. Yeah. If you want to see what a geodetic survey looks like when it's done, there's a link in the back. There's a little short. If you want to look at it, it's funny.
Oh, I see it. Is that link, Roger, right there?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
You think we're funny? You see this shit, dude.
Hang on one sec.
Let's see if we can find someone smelling shit. Mark Twain. Where is he? Ooh, found him. This guy's a member of the NSSS, the not so secret shit service. I'm a physical therapist with a doctorate in my field and 15 years experience working in home health care, treating geriatric patients with dementia, heart failure, kidney disease, history of stroke and heart attack, and horrible incontinence. Am I right? I have sources with knowledge of the situation that are DMing me on social media, telling me that nowadays you can smell Trump around the corner in the White House. His incontinence is that bad. We've all known for decades that the president has had incontinence issues since the days he was filming The Apprentice. This has been publicly and directly stated by Noel Kasler many times, who Trump has never sued. Because if he did, the discovery process would show the world that Keith Schiller, whose nickname on The Apprentice set was Wet Wipes, now lives on a stipend funded by the GOP at this motherfucker's direction. He doesn't need Keith Schiller anymore because he has this chick. Now, clinically speaking, when incontinence is this bad, there's actually a danger of skin breakdown. When the undercarriage of your body is constantly in contact with feces and or urine for extended periods of time, the skin can break down because it creates a very acidic environment and also highly contaminated with bacteria. Somebody who works in healthcare, I've seen a lot of wounds and wounds that needed long-term care, wound vacs, extensive packing, really disgusting stuff. The hardest wounds to deal with are the ones near the backside where you expel your feces because it's so easy to contaminate a wound bed with fecal bacteria. Just overall, a person his age with his health history, when incontinence is this bad, it's just a sign that you don't have much longer left to live, which is why I keep telling you guys any day now, a catastrophic fall with a terrible injury, walking into traffic, aspirating food or water, anything could happen. Happy Thursday. At this point, he's on 98 days of borrowed time. Who did he borrow the time from? Natalie Harp's dignity and sense of self. Maybe we can get her to pull a Doug Stamper and swap those pills around. From when he should have defecated his liver into a golden toilet, been impeached, or they should have finished the process of invoking the 25th Amendment. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Oh my God. Who is she? Is she like an assistant to the doctor?
No, she's his assistant. And I got a picture here someplace of her coming off of I forget if it was a Marine One or whatever, one of them things, going with Trump someplace, and she's got this bag, and you can see that fucking thing is full of diapers, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing or surprising that, like, you know, obviously he can buy the best medical care money can buy, but they can't repair that, you know, the sphincter damage, whatever happened to it. I mean, I know the theory of you talked about in your show, that the guy who the tent pole guy, yeah.
Kick a tent peg up his ass. That's class, man. That's fucking class. I mean, it's like, who would have thought of that? Come on, that's great. Anyway, here's Roger's thing about the geodetics.
This lumpy globe is what Earth's oceans would look like if gravity were the only force shaping them. Scientists call it the geoid. Here's why it's bumpy. Gravity isn't the same everywhere. Where more mass is packed beneath the surface, the pull is stronger, and the water rises to meet it. Where there's less, the surface sinks. The deepest sink is in the Indian Ocean, just south of India. There, sea level drops about 106 meters, roughly 350 feet, below where a smooth Earth would place it. Near Iceland, it bulges 85 meters the other way. Now, the potato you're looking at is exaggerated 10,000 times. Flatten that back down, and Earth is astonishingly smooth. This lumpy globe.
See how they do that? That's crazy.
Shit, man. Come on, man.
People believe that. They believe that shit, dude.
Oh my
wow.
God.
They spend a lot of time in back alleys. That's why it's slumpy like that.
I forgot about this. This is that thing on the 13 months. Oh shit. I forgot to do this again. Oh well, hang on one sec. Doon doon doon. Doon doon doon. Doon doon. There we go. Gotta do that first. Then this. Then this.
Said, the dates that they are giving us are incorrect. We used to have 13 months, 28 days, 1 day of rest, even in the Bible. So look, we have 13 lunar cycles, 28 days, 13 zodiac signs. Every turtle shell you'll find, 13 sections in the middle, and 28 notches along the side, all to keep us disconnected from these natural cycles of our realm. Listen to David Strait explain it more.
Our calendar is not quite right. We're supposed to have 13 months of 28 days, with one day, the day of resurrection, Easter, as a neutral day. That's our 365 days. We've actually got 13 constellations, not 12. This same calendar is very close to the Mayan calendar, but it's also very close to several ancient Sanskrit calendars. What does sept mean? 7. I thought that was the 9th month. What does oct mean? What does nov mean? What does dec mean? It's supposed to be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month. Jan is 11. Feb is 12. March is 13. April is our first month. Babies are born in the spring, the 1st of April, Easter. This is the start of our new year. It's the start of spring when the flowers start coming up, the grass starts coming up, the trees start leafing out, the babies are born. That's the first day. Our neutral day, day 1, the day we rest and celebrate the resurrection, the new beginning, the beginning of Christ. April is month 1. And then we lost a month in there. Where is it?
Where is that month?
So why do they call it April Fool's Day? April Fool's Day, right?
Right. Because they said anybody that it was after they changed it that anybody that was still using that as a new year was a fool. Or maybe as they were spooling you, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
It could be both. Think about it. It really could. That GOA makes me laugh every time I see it. They got something that even look worse than that, dude. But you can't get any measurements off of that. Like if you're trying to get altitude or any linear distances, they don't work over the GOA. That's why they have to give it all get the chord lines and start cutting it up to get their latitudes and stuff. Just in the modeling, not in reality. In reality, they use sea level and mean sea level to get their altitude and all the measurements that go with it.
Yeah, dude, it's all modeling. Yeah,
it is.
I do modeling for my job actually, so I know about that shit. Yeah, no.
That don't make it real, dude. You can model things all you want.
You can model shit all you want, but it doesn't make it real. That's correct. Yeah,
that's exactly
I think
right.
I'm gonna be a hand model when I grow up.
Like George Costanza from Seinfeld, right? When he modeled his
Yeah,
hands.
it was that guy that was a hand model in that movie. It was David Duchovny from the X-Files, but he was a hand model and he had this like glass thing on his hand to protect it and shit and keep it pristine.
Yeah.
Oh, it just reminded me of Zoolander because Nathan's using that like no male models. No male models.
Check this out. This will blow your mind.
Bob, given what you've been saying, what is the purpose of our playing here? What are we here for?
Well, that's absurdly easy. And I say absurd because it's so apparent once you begin to look at it with what I call a different overview from another perspective. Look at it. It's best described as you come here as a vortex of energy, and I might add as an alien to this Earth life system. You don't belong here, so you try to change it. Humans try to change it. They don't like the way trees are planted, so they plant them in rows when this system says do it this way, and they want it a nice straight. That's typical of humankind. But why do we come to this thing we call the Earth and live on Earth and be human? Very, very fascinating, but obvious answer. And the more you look at it, the more obvious it becomes to you. And that is that you came here to learn. Now, what did you come to learn? These are nice, neat questions. What did you come to learn? You came to learn a measurement system. This is a system of opposites, of polarities. And we quickly give them labels like positive and negative, good, bad, these kinds of things. We learn this measurement system, very important. We learn it, the system of measurement. And a great system of measurement that we learn is pain, pleasure. And we know, how in the world could you know pleasure if you didn't know pain? The most boring thing that you could do is have a very even life with no pain or no pleasure. You couldn't stand it. You've got to have these, and we search for those pain and pleasure things. We go out of our way to do it. So if you think in terms of the whole concept of living here to learn measurements, now that's the first. The second is very interesting, is that you learn to manipulate energy. I move my arms like this, my hands, I move my eyes and so on. I'm manipulating energy to do that. That's a use of 5 or 6 types of energy that let me move my arm. And we learn these very automatically. And I can tell you from deep personal experience that simple ability that we take so much for granted of learning to manipulate energy is incredibly valuable in other energy systems. You'd be amazed how much value that we think are ordinary things. Keeping your balance, for example. We automatically learn how to stay balanced in this gravitic pattern. But over there, it's wonderful. You can use these kinds of things. So these are the 2 key things, but the most important thing of all. We come here to learn and acquire an intellect. It's strange. An intellect, and we acquire, intelligence is not enough of the word, an intellect, an analytical ability. we come here to learn that. We use the metaphor left brain. We learn to acquire a left brain by living here and being here. That's the real valuable tool that we come and pick up. So you think that combination puts together a being that is a super being, and that's true, except a terrible thing happens, as they say, on the way to the store. We think we come and learn this, and we think we will go and take off and go back where we came from. And with all of this,
That's kind of wild, isn't it?
That was Bob Monroe.
Yeah. He's a expert on various states of consciousness. What's going on? Set scales, Dom?
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you this
We're doing
evening?
Good. I have
Bob, give
thoughts on what he was talking about.
All right.
I think he's generally right until he talks about pleasure and suffering, and that's a part of it. But I think these are symptoms of what's more important, which is the fact that we're all basically spaces of energy which come from somewhere else, like he said. So we all need to respect ourselves as spaces of energy, as well as the other spaces of energy around us, or other human beings or other life forms, and the way that they choose to use their energy in the shared world that we live in. And if we do that, pleasure will basically produce as like a side effect, because everyone is caring about the sovereignty of each individual.
I think you're onto something there, buddy. Absolutely. What is this here? Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember.
Would you mind playing at least part of the video that now that I think about it, I think it would be like interesting.
Which one?
Okay, the first one I put, and I put it with the timestamp of where the planisphere is.
Yeah, both of them are like that. I have them over here.
Okay.
Is it the one that says Bhu Mandala as a planisphere? Okay.
It's actually called, the video is called Mysteries of the Sacred Universe. But yeah. Well, I'm not sure.
Mysteries of the Sacred Universe?
Yeah. Starting at about 5:19. You don't need to know the theology he's basically giving certain arguments, for globe versus flat that I think you could address. If you disagree, you can turn it off, but I think it'd be interesting, actually. And it's just interesting to see how he's bending over backwards, bringing in other texts and stuff to try to say that this can be compatible with the globe.
All right.
We begin by discussing the interpretation of Bhumandala as a planisphere, a polar projection map of the Earth globe. Each important interpretation of Bhumandala is obtained by focusing on a cluster of Bhumandala features and temporarily ignoring features outside the cluster. In this case, note that the ring-shaped islands and oceans of Bhumandala have widely varying scale as defined in the Bhagavatam. For now, we ignore this. The planisphere interpretation of Bhumandala requires that we give them all equal width. In fact, this is commonly done in diagrams of Bhumandala, such as this one, dating to the early 19th century.
I've seen that before.
Bhumandala with equalized rings can be seen as a stereographic projection of a spherical Earth. Stereographic projection is an ancient method of mapping points on the surface of a sphere to points on a plane. This method can be applied to map a modern Earth globe onto a plane. This flat projection is called a planisphere. Bhumandala can likewise be viewed as a stereographic projection of a globe. Such globes exist in India. Here is one that was probably commissioned by Sawai Jai Singh, Raja of Jaipur, in the early 18th century. In this globe, the land area between the equator and the mountain arc is Bharatavarsha, corresponding to Greater India. India is well represented, but apart from a few references to neighboring places, this globe does not give a realistic map of the Earth. It was clearly intended for astronomical rather than geographical purposes.
That's exactly it, too. Okay, it's the sky. It's not the Earth. This is where these people always go wrong and say, "Oh, well, celestial navigation." Wait. What do you mean celestial navigation? You need a flat baseline to calculate that, man.
To triangulate it.
Stop.
Let me just make one little point about their cosmology. They believe that the Earth obviously is surrounded by it's that center circle surrounded by salt water, but then there's actually 7 continents that are the concentric rings, and there's different liquids in each one. Like the oceans are ours is the only one.
Well, see, now we're in the realm of belief.
Right.
You see,
Well,
we're in the realm of belief, and a lot of people believe a lot of crazy shit. You know, I would have to see more evidence than what some old Indian said about it. You know.
Yeah, I just wanted to explain why there's the concentric circles, but I mean, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just.
I think also maybe
I think
that
this guy's full of shit, to tell you the truth.
I think there's lands out there beyond what we know. Like
They're very well. It's very possible, but I doubt it. I mean,
what do you think is beyond?
Well, my evidence for this is just it seems like we overproduce and we're just making all this stuff. And so if nobody's using it, like, no, this whole scarcity thing is like when I first learned about the underground trucker tunnels and shit, that you could drive across the United States in a fucking tunnel and never see daylight. That's when I knew something was fucking up. Like,
yeah, drive or take
the
a
thing is,
high-speed train is down there too.
you have to really conceptualize this. Most often we see this thing drawn by flat earthers that depicts like a azimuthal equidistant map with a dome over it, like a cake dish or something, right?
Yeah, right.
Not like that. You got to consider, you really have to consider what we're dealing with here.
Flat dome.
So this complete, let's say that it's a disc, which we don't know that it's a disc. We just know that the sun goes around a central point. Everything goes around a central point.
In its circuit, yeah.
It could absolutely be square on its outside.
Well, I mean,
doubt it. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
But the point being, we're talking about if they claim the globe is what, 7,300 something miles in diameter, right? That would mean that the flat Earth, let's say it's 14,000 miles in diameter. Let's just go with that. 14,000 miles.
7,000.
Now, the highest up they go, and I'm going to be liberal, they say the Kármán line, which I believe is the barrier, is 62 miles high.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Now, compare 62 miles or even 100 miles to the 14,000 miles. Okay, so you've got something that's 14,000 miles wide with a lid on it that's only 62 miles high or 100 miles high. Okay, so it would be more like a blister.
It'd be yeah, it would.
So, and it would have to be enclosed in order to maintain a specific volume of gases.
They can't.
Okay?
They can't account for that though. They can't account.
That
for
means
that.
it comes down somewhere. Okay, and given that projection, it has to come down not far past the ice wall in comparison to the entire Earth. So there may be other lands just beyond that and everything that we are not privy to. But as far as stretching out forever and ever and ever, I don't think so, man.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with crater Earth theory?
What is that?
Yeah.
It's basically the Earth is a lot bigger than what they say it is, and the moon is a reflection of the Earth. And what we call the Earth is basically just a crater on the moon.
Okay.
And within this crater is basically the biosphere, and other craters would be biospheres.
I've heard that the moon is a map for our Earth. I've heard that. Is that what you're
I've
talking about?
seen it too, but I'm not ready to accept it as fact.
I'm not either, Sav. Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Even back in the 15, I stick to pretty much now. I'm very clear on this. I'll say now, this is an idea, toss it around and play with it. I'm not claiming this is what's going on, but most of the time I only stick to what I can actually demonstrably prove. You see, the globe belief system is built on beliefs, and they've gotten everybody else to go in beliefs and whataboutisms. And they'll go, and what else could it be? It's like, well, prove that gravity cause, and they'll say, well, what else could it be? What do you mean? What else could it be other than this thing you made up? Fuck you.
I will clarify. I don't think this is what it is, but when you said the Earth was a blister in an enclosed system with an ice wall, it just reminded me of this.
Well, it has to be enclosed. That's all there is to it. There is no other alternative.
There's no way it's
Otherwise,
not.
we wouldn't exist.
It has to be.
Rainbows show, and also rainbows become more shallow the further south you go.
Absolutely. Now,
And
they were pushing that theory back in the 1500s. They even did maps back then of the moon blister. They would actually put towns that are on Earth on the moon map. They made it, and I found them like, holy crap! Really, there are maps from the 1500s from the moon.
But in all reality, we don't really know. We don't know what the moon is, or it's to the best of what we can imagine. Look, you've been in a planetarium before, right?
Yeah, I have.
And everything's projected from the center of the room,
Projected
isn't
to
it?
the center of the room. Yeah.
Yeah. So wouldn't it stand to reason? I don't know. I'm just saying. And maybe these things are just projected from the North Pole.
The North.
I was
the
just going to
North.
say the North Pole because
I was gonna say the North, Sav, for sure. The North. I think the North has a lot more to it than we are told, for sure.
Yes, sir. I do too.
Yeah,
There's some ancient writings that suggest that too. A paradise, in fact.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Jonathan of Flynn, and this is back in man. I'll have to get the writings out. I've got them, and he talks about he went through Hyperborea, the high winds, and it was cold, and he almost was going to turn back, but he persevered and went on, and then it broke, and he came right out into like a fucking paradise. And he described the 4 rivers and everything, man.
Oh shit! Wow. I'd like to hear that story. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I'll have to dig that book out. I think
if you can find it, yeah.
But I've got shit in front of that. I've got a guitar sitting here. I don't feel like fucking with it right now. I have to get it out and find it for the next one of the next shows or whatever. Where the hell is Cubby and D-Man tonight, right? I think D-Man
he is working all week. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Let me see. Where was I at? God damn, everybody's still talking about that. All right, so here's the truth about almond milk.
Yummy.
Maybe we'll learn how to milk an almond. Oh, God bless it, I did it again.
Almond milk's not bad. I used to drink it.
How do you milk an almond, dude?
It can't be worse than cow milk.
Because
I got almonds that I can milk.
I used to be an
You
almond.
just have to add a bit. You just have to add a bit of milk to it.
That's what happened. I did that. That's what happened. Fucked up. There we go.
My whole point to the 1500 things was that people have been postulating that for a long time. About the moon.
Why? I don't know why. I mean, it's oh yeah, that okay, yeah, I understand why. Yeah.
There's also cultures that say that the moon is a new thing too. It wasn't always here. Like there's talk about that too in some text. I can't quote, but
Well, I mean, in the Bible, the Genesis, it says the moon is created. But I mean, that's interesting what you said though.
Second day though.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. We only know what we know. You know, there's all kinds of beliefs.
They figured out with almond milk was we can take leftover parts of almonds and the ones that are broken and unsightly, and we can use those to make milk. And it's just a few almonds and some canola oil and some high fructose corn syrup, some flavorings, and we blend it up and we sell it for like $8 as a health food product. So it's not a health food product. So almond milk is high in phytic acid that sucks minerals out of your bones. So you have to take more minerals. And it's also high in oxalates, which are the things that are causing kidney stones, things that are causing gout and joint pain. When you wake up, even if you have really bad skin and you're eating a ton of these high oxalate foods, like almond milk and kale smoothies and all, this can be why, because it's making tiny razor sharp calcium oxalate crystals in your skin that are coming out. Definitely not what I expected from almond milk.
Yeah, it will give me a big old gut with that shit, boy. That's what I want. Some of that fucking almond milk, boy. Sounds good.
Better, or what's the alternative then?
What?
To almond milk.
Well, I don't know, man. It's like if you have to go through that much fucking process to make something that looks and tastes like milk but isn't milk, there's something wrong there. You know? What's the alternative? Why do we have to have an alternative at all? What's wrong with milk?
Milk has a bunch of pus and cow discharge in it, as well as cleaning from farm.
Then don't drink it. It's been proven that whole milk is extremely healthy. Whole milk, unpasteurized, is extremely healthy. In fact, that's why they make it illegal in a lot of places to even sell
They have
raw.
to make it illegal, right? I just got to punch out. So they have to make it illegal. Like that's how you know. It's probably the opposite. Yeah.
It is. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Well, I just had one question. Do almonds have udders?
They must if they're milking them, man. That's what I was thinking. That's why they must get Oriental people, because they're used to doing that little tiny work like that. You know, they make little circuits and stuff like that, so they can milk the little almonds. Or got little buckets about the size of a thimble there.
They're working with bonsai trees. That's where they got the skill.
Yeah, no shit, man. The little tiny meticulous bullshit, man. It's like I don't know how you do all that, man. Come on.
Catch flies with chopstick.
Can fly with chopstick. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, okay, cool. This is a good one.
Of course, the Jewish pedophiles who wrote our history books aren't going to tell you that they declared war on Germany first in 1933. Reality is the same people who are ethnically cleansing Gaza and Lebanon right now wanted to do the same thing to the German people. Check it out.
In our school books, we are taught that the evil Germans wanted to genocide all the Jews. Ironically, there were no written German plans to exterminate the Jews. But on the other hand, there were many Jewish plans to exterminate the Germans. Jewish supremacists were openly calling for the genocide of the Germans. This was mainly the reason why the National Socialists viewed it as their mission to save the German people. But what is the motivation for the demographic genocide of the European people that we all can see around us today? Why is it necessary for a specific group of people to destroy the racial and cultural makeup of an entire continent and race of people? The answer to this can be found in the following disturbing plans. Baruch Levy stated in response to Karl Marx in La Revue de Paris, the Jewish people as a whole will become its own messiah. It will attain world domination by the dissolution of other races, by the abolition of frontiers, the annihilation of monarchy, and by the establishment of a world republic in which the Jews will everywhere exercise the privilege of citizenship. In this new world order, the children of Israel will furnish all the leaders without encountering opposition. The governments of the different peoples forming the world republic will fall without difficulty into the hands of the Jews. It will then be possible for the Jewish rulers to abolish private property and everywhere to make use of the resources of the state. Thus, the promise of the Talmud will be fulfilled, in which is said that when the Messianic time is come, the Jews will have all the property.
What do we see going on, man?
I see it, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to write a book and tell everybody that I'm going to be rich by the year 2030, and I want all your property and all your rights. Give to you. Then I'll make it come true.
That makes the H man wasn't as evil as that we're taught, right? Just gonna throw that out there. So, yeah.
Oh boy, here you
Austrian
go.
painters. Yeah.
He kind of comes off as not being much significantly worse than the founding fathers of the United States. The only difference is that the founding fathers of the U.S. fought a much less dangerous and numerous enemy. So we got to write ourselves as the good guys.
Yep.
Yeah, the allies. Yeah.
He who writes he who wins the war is going to write the history books. If that had turned the other way, but you understand the American Revolution was a psyop.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Because although we declared independence on July the 4th, 1776, the United States registered as a corporation in London, England on July the 2nd, 1776. It's like, can we please revolt and be our own country?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Come on.
Well, I mean, the French came in, right? They helped us defeat the
Oh, that's the
English.
story. That's the story. But come on. We're talking about the mightiest empire in the world.
Right. At that
Against
time.
a bunch of fucking farmers and militia and a colonial
Militia.
army. Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here with that.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I'm with you, Sav. Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah. There's no way. You get that movie with Mel Gibson, The Patriot, right? It's
Yeah.
all militia. You know,
Yeah.
like the militia took over the fucking redcoats.
Yeah.
There's a
Really?
there's a battle.
Really?
In,
You think so?
there's
Well,
an
I
actual
tell
battle
you,
that happened. No.
it's the guerrilla warfare aspect of it. It's interesting to watch the progression of warfare tactics from like colonial times up to modern times. You know, I mean, can you imagine going out there in these Napoleonic formations and just standing there while the other side shoots at you? Then it's your turn, then
Yeah,
you get
they
to
just-
shoot.
yeah.
And it's
Just
like,
stand
what
there.
the fuck?
Yeah.
And they started that off. They started off like that in the United States Civil War, the War of Northern Aggression. That's how they were started out. You know, like at Manassas and some of the early battles. But then later, it started progressing to a trench warfare, to the
Yeah.
point where all the way up to just about
World-
50 years later, it was entirely trench warfare. The war to end all wars.
Right. Yeah.
The Great War.
Fucking, and it was one guy got assassinated, Franz Ferdinand or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, and that story is so stupid anyway.
It's
Okay,
as
so
bad
check
as
this
the
out.
Kennedy.
Here's Franz Ferdinand and his wife are in their car being driven. And his Serbian dude and his buddy, they've got this plan to assassinate the guy, right? So the guy runs up and he tries it and he fucks up and he almost gets caught and he runs and they're chasing him and he jumped off a fucking bridge into a river that was only about 2.5 feet deep. So it fucked him up, right? And so his buddy went and ran the other way and he went in this little fucking sandwich shop to hide out, right?
Yeah.
So what does the Archduke do? Do they go back to the fucking palace or whatever else? No. Continue on the motorcade, Jeeves. right? Which just happens to go by the sandwich shop that the other dude is hiding in, that he's in there, right? So he runs out and, got a second chance, and he assassinates Archduke Ferdinand and his wife. There was somebody there to take a picture, apparently, and
Yeah, somebody was there. Yeah, they took a picture.
19. What? Yeah.
Jesus.
All right. So the license plate on the car that Archduke Ferdinand was in was A111118. The armistice A was on 11/11/8. At 11/11.
Oh my god, dude.
So what the fuck, right? I mean, the whole thing. What was it really? And nobody to this day, man, I'm 60 years old and it interests me. I know of some of the battles and the things like that, and it just amazes me anyway. But nobody can really tell you what the fuck that was really over.
They didn't tell you that in school either.
Nobody can. You get a different story from every fucking expert that there is.
Yeah.
So it's really a mysterious event, I think.
It is. It's very mysterious. Yeah.
So there was a battle in Kings Mountain during the Revolutionary War where the regiment in South Carolina actually turned the tide, and we won our first battle in the Revolutionary War. Like I think it was like 143 mountaineers just picked up the whole regiment of the British redcoats, pretty much. Just
okay.
Yeah, this, and you can watch it.
Wasn't that Green? Wasn't that Green in charge of that? Nathaniel Green.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Green Mountain Boys.
Yeah, the South Carolina Red. It was like I forgot what they called the.
I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to go to the battleground all the time, and we'd find
They had them longer muskets. They had longer muskets, more accurate.
Yeah.
Shot further.
Uh-huh. And the redcoats just stand out in the field and shoot at you. They're up in the trees and up in the hills and behind rocks. They shoot them up. Pick them out one
Guerrilla warfare. Yeah, wearing bright red coats with a white X on the front of the fucking thing. There you go.
Hard to miss.
Put me right out in front. Let me carry the flag, sir. Fuck you.
Shit's stupid. Yeah. When you think about it, they want you to believe that militia took out the redcoats.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Well, that's what happened to South Carolina.
Well, yeah.
Well, you gotta reiterate it that way, but you have to say that's what they tell us happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
we don't know. We don't know if any of that fucking shit really happened.
Yeah, it's true. It's off. You're right. None of that might shit. Yep.
Especially knowing what we know now, how much shit they've lied to us about.
Yeah.
How can we be certain that any of that's even true?
Good question. But I mean, I can tell you from personal experiences. Yeah, on the battleground up there, I would go looking around. We could find like musket balls and all kinds of stuff just laying around all over the place. It's ancient. Yeah, there was a battlefield there. Something happened there. I know that.
They let you pick up artifacts off of a national monument.
Yeah, but they're scattered all through the woods off Kings Mountain. If you go hiking up in near there, you'll find them. They're out there laying around all over.
How do you know they came from military engagements and not just from hunting?
That's true too.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did you find cannonballs and shit, or what did you find?
No. But mostly, I've seen a lot of grave sites. Like they used to bury the generals under mountains of stone because they didn't want their spirits getting into the grave. So
that sounds like Native American shit, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
the scouts, most of the scouts during that war were Native Americans. That, from what I understand, the Lumbees were actually part of the scouts that led the revolutionary troops to was it revolutionary? The Sumter was a Civil War, wasn't it? Or was that a Revolutionary War?
Well, hold on. Was this Will says, do you guys remember January 7th when there was a battle with the Israeli feds? Yeah, the false flag. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
they used it as a pretext to start committing genocide in Gaza. That's all been exposed, man, and nobody gives a fuck. It's so crazy.
That's a problem, dude. That's a big
It
problem.
is.
Yeah.
It is. People just don't know. They don't even
They
know
don't
it.
give a fuck, dude. That's
You know,
what
right now, the United States,
He said
the United,
January, or you're talking about October 7th. So I'm not sure if that's what he's referring to.
oh no, I think he's talking about oh yeah, that well also January 6th, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, January 6th, when Trump didn't win and fucking Biden won, and then they fucking stormed the Capitol.
Well, that was a big psyop too. That was a big fucking bullshit thing.
Jeez.
Because look, man, anybody going into that son of a bitch, if those were the intentions, I don't know if you've ever seen an actual insurrection or a coup, but there's a lot more death and destruction takes place, bro. For real.
I'd love to see one. Yeah, we actually need one. To be honest,
I'm saying, man, I think peaceful non-compliance.
Peaceful non-compliance.
Yes. What can they do if we all quit? What can they do if we all quit? We just don't pay any taxes. We just don't listen to them anymore. I'm not saying go out and misbehave, and create mayhem. I mean, you're capable of living every day without creating mayhem. You do it all the time. You don't need a government official making sure that you do. Right? So we just fucking ignore them. The United States doesn't exist right now. The United States is like a chicken with its head cut off. It's dead, but it doesn't know it. It's running around.
Yeah,
because everybody's still fucking alive, and it's not. It's dead. It's gone.
It's been dead. Yeah, they're worried about the price of ground beef as opposed to what the fuck's real. Anyways, I mean, so what are you saying, Saul? Instead of a revolution, we could just non-comply.
Yeah, that is a revolution.
That's true.
Well, you don't want a revolution, really, because the thing is with a revolution, right? What's the first thing they do? You get rid of some little group of assholes that's telling you what to do and becoming tyrannical, right? And so then what do? The first thing they do, they go about making a new group of little assholes to put in there. And they promise to be good and they promise to not fuck with you and everything. But over time, that proves to not be true because they become more and more tyrannical as time goes on. And then we do the same thing again. And we do it over and over. So a revolution has to go around in a circle.
You got to tear the whole thing down, bro.
The thing is this, man, and don't replace it. I mean, if you go to a surgeon and have him remove a cancerous tumor from your abdomen, do you have him replace it with anything?
No.
Well, there you go. Oh, yeah. Here, doc, take out this dangerous tumor and put in a little less dangerous tumor instead.
Well, the thing is, we have to take the elites down and then replace the system.
The elites need us. That does take them down. The elites need us. Do you think these motherfuckers do anything? No, they need us. Without us, their whole game fucking falls apart.
So we stop playing their fucking game, right?
Everybody needs to fucking shit can the motor vehicle code.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to shit can this idea of being a United States citizen. I'm sorry, Toots, you can't be a citizen. You can't be a citizen to a place that doesn't fucking exist anymore.
Yeah,
plus you don't even know what it means to be a citizen.
Yeah, you don't even know. They don't even know, dude.
You willfully want to be an employee of the corporation of the United States, really?
They don't even know. So shit can it?
Yeah. I mean, god damn it, man. I'm not saying go out there, be unsafe and commit mayhem. Because look, man, you can be lawful yourself. You do it all the time. You try your best. And don't go out of your way to take actions that are going to cause loss, injury, or harm to others. That's all you got to do, man. You need somebody to hold you accountable by the barrel of a gun in order for you to do that? Come on, you're no better than an animal. You need somebody to look over you.
The problem,
goddamn it, I don't. Most of the people I know certainly don't.
Well, you
And where
saw
do they
me,
get
right?
the fear? They give you the fear. They say, yeah, but what about everybody else? Well, God damn it, I've talked to everybody else, and they all say they could be pretty cool too, man, not have to worry about it. So we
Yeah.
don't need that. And what are they going to do? Go and lock everybody the fuck up? No, I don't think so.
No.
Now, when I say peaceful
Yeah.
noncompliance, it does not mean that you don't defend yourself if aggression is taken against you.
Right. The
Okay,
problem
because
is
then violence is warranted in defense of you or your family or your property.
right. Well, the
Okay.
problem is, you got to get everybody on board with this shit, dude. That's the problem.
Well, I don't know if they ain't been slapped in the face hard enough yet, man. I don't know what else is going to do it to them.
Well, I
You
mean,
got to get them out of this belief that they have to have a ruler. Why?
why?
And the only reason they have it is because other countries will come in and attack. No, they're not going to come and fucking attack us.
fuck
Everybody's
outta
got
here.
guns. Everybody's got fucking guns. They're not going to come in and attack us. Fuck you.
The United
Okay?
States is in a strategic military. They can't. You got Canada and Mexico. They're not going to do that. Anyways, that's not an excuse. Go ahead, Sabe.
Right. Okay. So what about criminals and shit? Well, if you wouldn't hamstring people from being able to protect themselves, instead of having to call some fucking badged clown with a goddamn gun, you know what I'm saying? I find that there is no situation that can't be made worse by calling the police.
You know,
Okay?
it
I
usually
am
makes it
responsible for my safety. I'm responsible for my safety, and I keep a vigil out for my neighbors as well. Okay, that's how we're supposed to be. That's how we're supposed to be. It doesn't always work out because, freedom is dangerous, and I would rather have dangerous freedom over safe incarceration. You understand? Public safety is the creed of tyrants and the mantra of slaves.
Hey, Sam, I got a question for you, real quick. Doesn't being a citizen of a country entitle you actually work for your citizenship? Your government?
You're employed, okay, by them, or you're their subject, basically. They're slave. See, that's why where you live, whatever state or whatever you live in, it says that you're a resident. Okay, don't be a resident, be a native. Be a state national. It's a little different. A little bit different.
Could be a national socialist, maybe.
No isms. No fucking isms. Isms is the problem that we have. Okay, is isms.
Well, and ish it would be a thing. That was the
Well,
ish
is a condition of ism.
Ish isms.
But you see what I'm saying? That's half our problem is we got all these fucking isms. Look, you do you. That's I think that's a great motto. You do you. All right.
Didn't they make a Looney Tunes cartoon called Ism, and they had this guy coming into town with snake oil, and this
Stuff like
Ism would
that,
cure
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. You always got some fucking solution everybody gloms onto. It's like, no, I'm not going to sacrifice my unique for your conformity. Fuck off. Okay? I don't have to be just like you. I'll cooperate with you and I'll respect your rights. That's all you got to do, man. Most people, they want other people to believe shit because they don't really have a strong enough belief in it, and they need someone else's approval to validate their belief.
Yeah, because they're bitch ass motherfuckers. Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I want to say Austin let himself go pretty bad, didn't he?
Oh God, no! This is Rabbi Shmuley. He's
Okay.
talking to Candace. This is a good show.
Candace, didn't Jesus say you're supposed to love your enemies? When Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek, where have you ever turned the other cheek? When Jesus said that the meek shall inherit the earth, if you are a Christian, then I am the second coming of Christ.
Okay. Here's what I would like to say to you, Rabbi, since you're quoting scripture. The one that's relevant to me is woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And if you'd like to dive into a little more scripture, I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley.
Candace, Jesus.
Whoa.
She just called him Satan, didn't she?
She said, you're part of that. She says, I direct that right strictly to you, those that say they are Jews and are not. Absolutely, dude. What is this?
That
thing?
reminds me. Have you seen Janos around in a while?
Jews, bro.
Yeah. I haven't seen Janos around in a while. Have you, Saab?
I haven't seen him either. I don't know where he's at, man. I don't know where he's at.
Ireland.
I don't know. I think he got kind of mad at me because of one night, and I says, "No, Janos, that's a belief. Okay, you have a belief. You don't have any way of actually proving that." I said, "There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't declare it as fact." You see, that's a hard one for people to wrap their head around, because most people, when they really, if they honestly really evaluate what they know, they'll find out that much of what they know is nothing more than what they believe. They don't really know. And then you start to break down, well, how much of that is consensus bias? Right? Well, everybody thinks that rats spontaneously generate from trash. What doesn't mean that they do?
That was actually a belief at one point in time.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. The mainstream science of the day.
Science.
God damn. These people speak as though science is an entity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, science says, no, science doesn't fucking talk. Okay. Science is a process. Okay. The scientific method shows us through this, that, or the other. That's fine. Okay. It doesn't say anything. It's not an entity. It's not a God. It's not an appeal. Okay. It's a process. People don't get that, man. The wizards really did a number on people. They fucked you up by sending you to school. They're getting ready. There's 2 elementary schools, like at the further ends of the county, right? One at the southern end and one up at the northern end. Now, the 2 main elementary schools around here are Stanley Elementary here and Luray Elementary. Well, now they're talking about closing 2 of these schools. And I saw that on Facebook today, and these people are like, oh, that's terrible. Well, if you're in that system, yeah, it's going to be a bitch, because those kids are going to have to ride the bus for a lot longer, and it's going to really suck. However, I put it as a response to it. I said, public schools should be abolished. All of it. I elaborated. I says, it's not about learning. It's about indoctrination. It's about obeying perceived authority and following rules. That's all it's about. Okay. And you don't learn anything. So it's child abuse. Okay. Yeah. It's literally fucking child abuse.
It is. Yeah. What do you think they're learning over at JMU, bro? Yeah. That's the real. You know what I'm saying?
Look, they're really sports oriented place. I know that. It's a good college, but to me, a college education, for the most part, is, I think, fruitless. I think it's a scam, 100%.
For the most part, it is.
Yeah, the banks and the fucking colleges are in cahoots with one another. You can't tell me that a schooling or whatever should cost as much as it does. There's no fucking way. I mean, I never could grasp the concept. They were like, hey, are you going to go to college? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man? I just escaped out of this fucking shit. I dropped out. No, but you could get your GED. And I'm like, why do I need a GED? Well, I don't, and to this day, here I am, 60 years old. I don't have one. I don't have a GED. I don't have a fucking high school diploma. What good is it?
Right.
It's only as good as the stupidest person that carries one. And we got people getting them that can't even read them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, so there's one thing I wanted to reiterate. The point, if you ever watch Weird Science, that science can talk.
God, that's an old movie.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah. That Oingo Boingo, man. I'm telling you, weird science. Oh,
Chet.
now he's Jack the
Chet,
Pumpkin.
believe this? Chet's dead now.
Is he? Oh hell.
The brother,
I didn't know.
yeah. Bill Paxton.
Damn.
Bill Paxton, dude. I love that guy. He was a good actor. Is he dead?
Yeah. Bill Paxton's dead.
Wow. Fuck.
Gone.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he gone, bro.
He's a good actor, man. Yeah, he was really. I liked him. Yeah, he was. I mean, I don't know his ass, but he was a good actor.
Yeah, well, I don't think most people know most of their idols, anyways, and they still will watch them in the movie theater and pay them money, and they don't do anything for you. It's entertain you. That's it.
No, they don't. I mean, going back to what we were talking about, if you go to college, like if you want to be a doctor, you know, or a lawyer, you know, stuff
16
like
years,
that,
dude.
you got to go to
years.
college.
Yeah.
You know, you have.
You'll pay the rest of your life. Go ahead.
I mean, these people have to learn these certain trades. You know, they have to learn, you know, how to do that, which makes sense. But for the average person, college is just a scam. I mean, like it's not going to give you an edge. You know, like it used to back in the day. It did, right? Back in like the early 2000s, if you had a college degree, you kind of stood out. But not anymore, bro.
You can go back 200-300 years ago. People were still going to Harvard and Oxford, and they went there for philosophy, and they spent time away from home, became scholars. That's really, I would say, that's the only thing be worth going to school. But I mean, they indoctrinated their subjects back then even more so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess if you want to be a doctor, I suppose you have to go to college, right? But
if you want to be a successful politician, I recommend you go to Brown.
Yeah, I believe that the best way for someone to learn a profession is through an apprenticeship.
Right. Yeah.
That's the way it was done in trades day back when, even back all the way to the dark ages, man. That's why they had names like Smith, you know.
Yeah. Cooper.
Yeah. There
you know what a Cooper is?
The dark ages, bro. That's the millennial reign, bro.
Do you know what a Cooper is? It's a person that makes barrels.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Also, Cracker Barrel would be a place to work.
Cracker
Yeah,
Barrel.
they're right down there. A lot of names, you know, come from the profession that or the skill. And that's interesting too, because that's not really your name, that's your clan. Understand?
I understand.
They give you don't confuse your legal corporate name with yourself. Separate the two. They should be anyway.
Yeah, and don't forget those student loans that last 50, 60 years go on with that.
God damn, I know, right? Fuck. And then you get for a liberal arts degree, boy, those are useful.
Oh yeah, I had a friend that did city planning. Sorry, I had a friend that did city planning. He went and got a professorship, and he still ended up becoming an apprentice in city planning after going to school for almost like 14 years.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, he ended up with
He should have been a civil engineer, right?
Yeah, nuts, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, it's book learning, you know, as far as that and hands-on are two completely different things. Anyway, check this out.
Courtroom procedures. Okay. I'm not sure what.
I keep telling everybody.
What did he say?
Courtroom procedures. Okay. I'm not sure what.
I keep telling everybody, prove your claim. Don't go into court naked like him. He knows that there's a Sesticate trust. We all do. So prove it. Now, the flip side is tell them, yes, prosecutor, I know your government. Everybody knows your government. But for the record, prove that your government. I know that there's a contract between us. I signed my social security card, my birth certificate, my driver's license, all the shit these silly little patriots say make a contract. But where's the second signature? So, prosecutor, I know there's a contract between us. I would just like to review it. So please present the court, this honorable judge, with a contract or other commercial agreement which obligates me to your jurisdiction. And finally, I know that everybody in the jury knows that there's a warrant for my arrest and that it's done properly. Everybody knows that. I demand you produce it so the court can see this warrant for my arrest, which is required under government's Fourth Amendment restriction of their oath of office to obey and to abide by. So I demand you prove that you're government. I demand you prove the contract. I demand you prove the warrant. And while we're at it, let's make sure that warrant has a proper affidavit in support. But don't go into court unprepared. Prove the opposite of those and bring in Title 28, Section 3002, subsections 15A, B, and C to prove that the United States is a corporation, a federal corporation.
All agencies.
And all agencies of government underneath it are subdivisions of that corporation. And then bring in Clearfield Trust Company versus United States, 318 U.S. 363. Let me check. Yeah, that's the one. And print up the whole case and present that into evidence as proof that the prosecution must have a contract.
Oh, I got to find the rest of that.
Yeah, I think your son's going to be on tomorrow. Too, on top of that, he's talking about basically the same thing. How the corporation is like a spider web almost.
Oh God, it's terrible. It's terrible, man. Well, listen, I've been on here 3.5 hours. I think I'm going to hang it up for the night. Not sure if I'm going to be on tomorrow or not. Depends on what time I get back from my daughter's house. Got to go out there for some reason or another. I forget. But anyway, I know one part of it is I got to run a router on some shit on a shelf. Put a little OG edge on it. And and I got to replace we were short one board for the tread on that ramp. We got to put one more at the very bottom. We didn't have enough at the time. I just ain't got out there. So yeah, I'll probably be back.
I heard it looks good though, no matter what you say. I heard you did a good job out there. So.
Thanks. Yeah, I like doing shit like that, you know. It's just getting off my ass and doing it's a problem. But anyway, thank you guys for all coming up. Seeker, Roger, Shifted Reality, Snowman, he was up here too. Good to see him as well. And all the good people out here in the audience. We had a good amount of people out here tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Maybe you learned a little bit, open your mind, give you some food for thought, some stuff to think about. The United States lasted 250 years, you know, and I've said that. I said, you know, the average lifespan of a great nation is 250 years. I said that for years. And I said, and we're almost there. And boom, here we are. It ended. And they blatantly did it right in front of your face. They said, fuck you. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I think they buried us under the reflecting pool, so.
Well, you know what our answer to that is? What are you going to do about it? Absolutely fucking nothing. And you can bank on it. Absolutely nothing. You are illegitimate. You're not getting taxes. You're not getting registrations. You're not getting license fees. You're not getting any of it. Okay? You can't arrest us all. So Viva la revolution. Or better yet, viva the halt. Right? The stop.
Put the brakes on it. Yeah.
Yes. Hit the brakes. Jam them fuckers down to the floor. Wow. Stop. It only takes shit. Within a week, you'd start seeing shit fucking falling apart, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to take care of it if we don't? You know?
They panic. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Come, line us up with troops and shit? That's not going to go over very well. Look at what's happening when ICE shows up someplace. Now, just imagine everybody in the United States going, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what's coming. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for coming up. Everybody, remember, don't forget, the Lord loves a working man. Don't never, ever, ever trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And don't forget, it's better to shit in the sink than it is to sink in the shit. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind. Good night, everyone.